funny video. But telling everybody to get in here and juice this gym up, as it's been a while since we've seen a packed field house. It's been a while since we've really had it loud. I've had to almost try to not be as loud in here over the last couple of weeks because it's been so empty. We've had Ottawa residents, people who lived here throughout the year, but all the students go home for break and Christmas and all that kind of stuff. With a long extended break that Ottawa University takes for their winter break, it was a little bit interesting. But we're going to send it to break one more time. When we come back, we will have starting lineups for you and tip-off. We're just around the corner. You're listening to the Arvest Bank Pregame Show here on KOFO.com and OttawaBraves.com.
You've been listening to the Arvest Bank Ottawa University Braves Basketball Pregame Show. Arvest Bank. Goodbye limits. Hello possibilities. Stay tuned. Our opening tip-off is next.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to Ottawa University Braves Basketball on 103.7 FM, 1220 AM, streaming online at KOFO.com or through your smart speaker. KOFO streaming is powered by All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating. OU Braves Basketball on KOFO is brought to you by CarStar, Quality Structures, Kansas State Bank, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, Nuco Concrete, and by Beanie's Body Shop and Repair, Impact Wealth Planners, Ottawa Veterinary Hospital, Sutton's Jewelry, also by Ottawa University, Advent Health Ottawa, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Primetime Grill, Great Life Golf and Fitness, and Arvest Bank. Now with your Ottawa University Braves basketball play-by-play, here's KOFO's Blake Griffin.
Back in the Wilson Fieldhouse, ready for KCAC action. We've got the starting lineups ready to go. First for the traveling York Panthers, number 0, Destiny Shepard, the 5'4" sophomore out of York, Nebraska. Second, it will be Arcadia Conway, number 2, the 5'8" senior at what? Hello? Yeah, I know. Pardon me. Arcadia Conway, the 5'8" senior out of Houston, Texas. Number 10, Ashley Rubio, the 5'10" junior out of Houston, Texas. Number 21, Brittany Strower, the 5'11" junior out of Emporia, Kansas. Number 30, Olivia Shannon, the 5'7" senior out of Plainview, Texas. And for your Ottawa University Braves, number 5, Kennedy Bankett, the 5'9" junior out of Glendale, Maryland. Number 13, Natalie Acosta, the 5'7" junior out of Hereford, Texas. Number 20, Caitlin Alatini, the 5'7" senior out of Spring, Texas. Number 22, the Desiree Marshall-Penny, the 5'5" sophomore out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And number 32, Sydney Scott, the 6' sophomore out of Augusta, Kansas. Your Braves are led in part by Kennedy Bankett, who averages 13.4 points per game, who also leads them in steals and rebounds with 4.7 rebounds per game and a steal and a half per game this season. The Braves 7-3 here in the Wilson Fieldhouse, forcing about 24 turnovers per game. Really feel comfortable here in the Wilson. Why not? Especially with this crowd that's filing in as we get ready to go for half number 1. Braves in the alternates today. We're the Golds here at home. Got the Ottawa across the chest in white numbers, also in white on front and back. Might be the debut of these unis. The York in the black uniforms with the Panther logo on the chest in blue. Numbers in blue, outlining white on front and back. It'll be Sydney Scott to tip, Ashley Rubio as well. As we are ready to go, the Braves will tip, and Marshall Penny will get things going quickly. Set the offense, goes down to Sydney Scott, who had a great game against York, or pardon me, Tabor. Her first shot is a fall-away jumper that will miss. Rebound comes out to Shepard. Into the corner here. Braves, one of the best scoring teams in the country. The Panthers come in averaging points in the 60s as the passes kicked out and swung back around. Shore over to this near side, Conway. Into the short corner. Back around, shot up, misses. Rubio's first shot of the game is off. The Braves will come the other way. Marshall Penny will move it into the corner. Over to Acosta. The Braves start the offense here. Nothing in the first handful of possessions. It's Alatini driving into the lane. Right hand laying off the glass and in. Getting her cooking early. Exactly what your Braves want to do. 2-0. 9 minutes remaining here in quarter number 1. Acosta jumps the pass. Marshall Penny's got it. Tried to throw it out to Acosta. Couldn't do it in time. Back the other way. Picked off by Alatini. Ball going back and forth between these two teams. Bank it down to the short corner. Has to get back out for Marshall Penny. Thought about a three. Go back it up and reset the offense with 20 on the shot clock. Acosta down to Sidney Scott. Scott goes up with the right hand off the glass and in. Has had been called on to make a pretty big adjustments. Coming in with no Abby Dichi, who's out with injury, as York will bounce it across the baseline. It's kicked. No Janiah Hendricks, who's out with a knee injury. Abby Dichi out with a knee injury. Not sure if Trudy Allen is back today. Didn't see her. Wow, what a move from Conway. Threw it off the back of Sidney Scott and laid it in off the glass. Scott was having her back to her on the inbound. Some crafty moving from the senior from Houston. As is Marshall Penny driving into the lane. Floater and off the front of the rim. 4-2. 7:50 remaining. Here at quarter number 1. Into the corner for Shin. Up to the high post. Get out for Conway. Her shot from 3 is in. Or triple from Conway. She's got all 5 of the York Panthers points. And they lead for the first time in this ball game 5-3. 7:35 remaining. Alatini. Over to Acosta. Asking for a screen from Scott. We'll get it. Acosta out for Bankett. Thought about a three. They'll move the ball back around. Marshall Penny will come out and redirect the offense. 10 on the shot clock. Desiree on her right with a screen. Pulls up from 3. This is long. Braves 2 of 4 from the field so far. Not getting the greatest looks on their misses. Their makes are great looks, but their misses are a little bit forced here to start. Conway down to Rubio. Out of the wing. Shot from 3 for York. Splash. Nothing but nets. Olivia Shannon, the senior from Plainview, Texas, doubles the lead. It's 8-4. Down to Scott. Scott moves, spins to her left, throws it off the glass too hard, but there's Alatini with the offensive rebound. Her second chance look. She's fouled on the way up. So we kick Alatini at the line, shooting 2. This Braves team, one of the best free throw shooting teams previously in the country. They moved down to the top 100 over the last couple of games, but shoot just under 73% from the free throw line as Alatini will hit the front end. Braves 41st in the country in points at 1,262. Alatini hits both 8-6. Scott Scott out for Haley Henry. Still checking in for the first time. Haley Henry, the 5'10 senior, also out of Houston, Texas. A couple of Houston natives. Speaking of it, here is Conway. Down along the baseline, back to Conway. Conway spinning in the lane, trying to get past Alatini. It's stripped away. Loose ball is still in and deflected out of bounds by Schroer and out for Braves possession. Schroer tried her best to get in there and keep it in as Alatini went to the ground. Also to keep the ball alive. 8-6. Marshall Penny driving into the lane. Has to kick it right back out. Beckett's driving in. It's a 2-3 zone here for York as the ball is deflected. Taken out. One pass, 2 passes. Good transition offense for the Panthers as Rubio will finish it. 10-6. 5:58, 30-second timeout taken by Coach Bonder and the Braves. Back in 30 seconds here on KOFO.
Given the climate of higher education today, when other small colleges and institutions look at you as the standard, you know you're doing it right. And that's Ottawa University, where you get personalized learning through dynamic programs, cutting-edge facilities, a diverse community on campus, career guidance, and affordable tuition. At Ottawa University, excellence isn't just a goal, it's the standard. Find out more about how Ottawa University can prepare you for a life of significance by visiting ottawa.edu.
Back here in the Wilson as everybody keeps filing in front of us, and we're midway through this first quarter. 5:58. Conway with 5. Leads all scorers. Alatini, couple of buckets herself. She's got 4, leads the Braves. 10-6. Our score. Marshall Penny will walk it across the arrowhead. Want Alatini, they get her at the high post. Screen onto her right. Pulls up for the mid-range. Pure from Caitlin Alatini. Good as you can get right there for the Braves. Alatini going to hit that a majority of the time. Over to the corner for Shannon. Shannon down into the low post. Rubio. Uses it to kick right back out to Conway. Conway using her dribble screws to move it around. Back to Shannon. Shower. Will miss shorts. Braves are going to move quickly in transition. Acosta. Nobody picks her up. Thought about a 3. Hesitation. Drive into our right. Into her right. And lays it in. Good recognition from Acosta to realize nobody's in front of her. Why not go right to the basket? She thought about a 3. The Braves will tie things up. 5 minutes remaining, 10-10. Conway, with nobody able to pick her up. She backs up, takes the 3. It bounces twice off the rim, but won't fall. Acosta again walks it across with the screen from Alatini. Out for Marshall Penny into the corner. Beckett, the Braves leading scorer, drives in, spins to her left, inside the paint, lays it up, and it falls off the front of the rim. 12-2, or 12-10 after Beckett's first 2 of the ball game. 4:25 with 20 on the shot clock for the Panthers. They want to work it down to the post. They finally do get it to the short corner. Shower driving baseline on Henry. Out onto the wing, can't recover. First substitutions for York will come in. Aliana Page will check in. We've got Tiani Rollins in for the Braves. Jayla Johnson in for Ottawa University, and Sydney Scott back in. Jayla Johnson, the senior from Aurora, Colorado, and Tiani Rollins, the sophomore from Lee Summit, Missouri. 12-10 as Rollins will work it across the timeline. Down to Johnson on the wing. Skip past Bankett. Beckett into the post, back out for Rollins. Out for Beckett again, going to pull up from 3 on the wing. Misses shorts. Not a bad look there for the Braves. Ball on the far side, behind her back. Right to left, crossover, lost the handle. Turnover for the Panthers, their 5th of the game. As the Braves on a 6-0 run. 3:40 remaining in quarter number 1. Rollins across the Arrowhead logo, hounded by Shepard. Out to Bankett. Bankett onto her left hand, driving in, gathers. Had to kick it right out. Johnson tripped a little bit, but right back down to Bankett along the baseline. Bankett goes up to the contact. Couldn't get it to fall. We'll go to the line for 2. That's about 3/4 of the way down and popped right back out. So at 3:27, the Braves will head to the line for their second time this afternoon. Next with the Braves, 74% from the free throw line. 49th in the country in points per game. The first one will go. One of the best 3-point shooting teams on the year so far as well, but haven't made one so far. 0 of 2. About 8.7 3-pointers made per game. Good for top 30 in the country. Skepper directing traffic, skips it to Conway. Is able to get it. Conway traveled down into the lane. (13-10). 7-0 run for the Braves. Johnson with a screen from Henry down to Rollins. They want to work it down to Sydney Scott, who has not been able to get to work so far. They finally get it down to her quickly up and rolled off the rim. Scott was making those with regularity against Tabor. It's Conley working quickly. Pick up the block, trying to go coast to coast. It'll go on Jayla Johnson. And two Braves will come. 3 Braves will come to check in. It'll be the freshman Nicole Schnell from Blue Springs, Missouri, as well as Desiree Marshall-Penny and Caitlin Alatini back in for the Braves. 25 on the shot clock, 2:45 remaining. Inbound will be Agachivani, who lost the handle on her pass in Marshall-Penny. In transition for the Braves, Schnell on the wing, pulls up for 3. Pure from Nicole Schnell, the freshman, puts it in. Her first touch of the game, 16-10. Down to 20 on the shot clock. In trouble. Finally, they get it down to Shower. Onto her left hand. Try to go right on Alatini. Pulls back in the post. Nothing doing, but a good box out. Panthers get the offensive board. That's something the Braves have struggled with consistently this season, especially with the lack of height. After losing Abby Dietschy, driving in. Shot by the Panthers up. No good. Schnell is able to save it from kicking out of bounds. And the Braves will come the other way. We're under 2 to play here in the first quarter. 150. Marshall-Penny works on to her right. Steps back on the wing for 3. No good. Long run out and rebound. New York didn't have the numbers. They'll reset the offense. Into the corner. Quick shot from 3. Nothing but net. Audrey Hernandez. Talking about freshman on freshman here. I have her listed. I must be the wrong person I'm seeing. But that must be the wrong person. But the ball is stolen going the other way. Driving in the lane, lay in and transition is off Vancouver. York a little run of their own. Able to cut it back down to a 2-point game. Pardon me, that's only on a Page who made that 3. We have Hernandez listed at 5'3", and Page is not 5'3". Speaking of freshmen, once again, Nicole Schnell will cash it in. Laying it off the glass. Ronnie Honey in the lane, traveled. Acosta back in for Johnson. 18-14. Schnell in some trouble down here. Got nowhere to go. Finally gets it into Marshall-Penny. York brought a little bit of full court pressure there. The Braves were almost caught unaware. As Alatini was driving in, had it tied up. Possession arrow goes to York. Braves with a 4-point lead, 18-14. Under a minute to play. About 10 seconds between shot and game clock. Left-hand drive. Got Schnell up in the air, and she'll pick up her first foul of the game. We'll go to the line for 2. Luciani, who's been directing traffic with Conway on the bench. We'll go to the line. Jess McGrath checks in for York. And bank it back in for the Braves. Luciani's first will rattle off the rim. 30.2, so technically there will be a shot clock at this next possession. The second one is off. Now let's eating the rebound out to Marshall-Penny, who will walk it across half court. On her left hand, spins back to her right, crossover to her left. Trying to go right at Shepard. Now down to 15. On the Arrowhead logo, over to Acosta. Acosta with 10. Acosta crossover to Alatini. It's Alatini going to pull up from 3. This is long. Beckett fighting for the board. It's recovered by York. 2 seconds, 1 second. Honey at half court. Heaves it, and this is onto the backboard. The Braves moved to the halftime break up by 4, 18-14 back in 60 seconds here on KOFO.
There's something for everyone at Primetime Grill. Burgers, salads, sandwiches, entrees, all the best tasting and delicious Kansas cuisine. Enjoy the full-service bar, exceptional service, one-of-a-kind atmosphere with so many screens you'll know why they say, when it's game time, it's Primetime. Primetime Grill in South Ottawa, open 7 days a week.
Learning to work as part of a team is a trait that not only benefits students and athletes now, but can help them as leaders of tomorrow. This is Eric Price, Funeral Director and owner of Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Homes, proud to sponsor this sports broadcast on KOFO. Visit lamb-roberts.com.
Advent Health Ottawa reminds you that whether you're traveling across town or out of town to watch your favorite teams play, be aware of winter weather conditions. Be sure to keep a winter survival kit in your vehicle and always have a blanket, gloves, and hats available if you need them. Be safe and enjoy the games and the winter weather season. A reminder from Advent Health Ottawa, where nothing is more important than you.
Looking for a better rate of return on your savings? Arvest Bank is ready to help.
From Ottawa University, Blake Griffin on KOFO and the Braves Sports Network, 18-14. Our score here at the end of one. Alatini leading the way for the Braves with 6. Nicole Schnell right behind her with 5. A perfect 2 of 2 from the field on the other side. Arcadia Conway with 5. And it looks like we're ready to get this second quarter rolling. The Braves looking for a bounce back win after a tough one on the road down in Hillsborough. Lost by 7 to the second team in the conference. Talked to Coach Bondurant after the game, said that they're real close, and they indeed are. Both Braves teams down there in Hillsborough had just a tough go of it, as the men's team also lost. Acosta going to pull up from the logo. My goodness. Naomi Acosta. Count it. Love to see her hit more of those. That's a long-range 3. Dial that up. That's long-distance calling. As York will try to respond along the short corner. No good. 21-14. Acosta moving quickly. Alatini. Marshall Penny to bank it. They want to get it down to Sydney Scott, who's fighting down there. York's gone to a 2-3 to try to lock down the paint. As Alatini will count one of her own. Her first triple. She's got 9. Rubio into the lane. Threw it up through contact. It's going to go on Marshall Penny. It'll be her first. Now it's stretching. Her game leading 9 points out. It's the first one from Rubio. Will fall off of the back iron. Cheers one in for this one in the Wilson. Always had a little extra. Play a little extra. In the decibels on the cheers and the chants. No bands as of yet. Assuming they'll be probably the next one. The next one will be a big one here at home with the Oklahoma Wesleyan. Bank it in the corner with 19. Alatini down to Scott. Scott spinning to her left. Lays it up with the glass and 1. Sydney Scott now with 4. She has been so good out of the post for the Braves. As they have really just had to fill in and throw things together with the injuries and people being out. Judy Allen still out as well for the Braves. Largest lead of the game for the Braves, 27-16. Rubio driving into the lane, lays it up. Can't miss it, but gets her own rebounds. Rubio pulling up short corner, missed again long. Tank it this time, grabs the rebound. Driving right on Honey. Tries to go right through McGrath. And we'll back it out to Alatini. Rubio jumped the pass, but deflects it out of bounds. Braves will stay in possession, 21 seconds left. As Conway will check back in for the Panthers. About 2 minutes have passed, 8:23 remaining. Marshall Penny to the far side wing. Onto her left, back to Bankets. Sides it up on Honey. Drives in, spins to her right in the post. Out for Scott Long, 2. First off with the back irons. Down to 8. Honey walks to the cross half court. To the near side. Back to her left. Driving in some trouble. Kicks it back out for Conway. Conway, the Panthers' leading scorer this afternoon with 5. Down to 15 on the shot clock. Driving under her left and Acosta. Throws it up and in. That's getting exactly where she wanted to on that one and finally got it down. Averages 10.7 per game on the season. Leads the Panthers team. Down to 9, 27-18. Marshall Penny on the right. Hits the rolling Sydney Scott into the corner for Alatini. Can't she hit it again? No good, but back out for Scott with the offensive rebound. Spinning to her left. No good, but again, Benkett's got it. That's 3 offensive rebounds in the possession. Benkett going to pull up from 3 and hits it. Count it. Kennedy Benkett, the Braves' leading scorer, with just her second make of the night. She's got 6. Backdoor cut is up and in. A great one for Viciani. Marshall Penny driving onto her right. Backs it out. Alantini. Trying to work high-low, but back out to Benkett. Got a good bit of burst on that drive. Blew right past Honey. And a timeout taken by York. 32-20. Braves starting to find a groove. 6:46 remaining, back in 30 seconds from the Wilson on KOFO.
This is Walt Dangle of Dangle & Son Mortuary. Our desire is to provide the very best in funeral service. Our commitment has helped us reach that goal. We will always strive to reach higher. This is Dangle & Son Mortuary, setting the standard for funeral service.
Advent Health Ottawa reminds you that whether you're traveling across town or out of town to watch your favorite teams play, be aware of winter weather conditions. Be sure to keep a winter survival kit in your vehicle and always have a blanket, gloves, and hats available if you need them. Be safe and enjoy the games and the winter weather season. A reminder from Advent Health Ottawa, where nothing is more important than you.
Back here in the Wilson Fieldhouse, Blake Griffin for KOFO Sports, the Braves Sports Network. Well, she needed timeout from York as the Braves have stretched out this lead. So the largest of the game at 12. The Braves will bring the full court pressure here. Marshall Penny trying to steal it, but has it taken away. Over across the timeline, up to Rubio on the baseline, who puts it in. 32-22. Benkett for Alatini. Acosta onto her right hands. Out for Benkett. Thought about a 3. Trying to go right into the teeth of the defense. Out Marshall Penny. Behind her back goes to Acosta. Alatini with 8. Alatini driving into the lane. Gathers off the glass left hand. Too hard. Viciani. Out for Rubio. Trying to find it to Conway. Conway does have it. Conway, who has 7, working into the lane, in some trouble, throws it up, and there's a bailout foul there. Alatini went to get a swipe of the ball and got some hands. It'll be seconds on Alatini. Conway at the line 4-2. First at the line for Conway. Rollins and Schnell will check in at the next available point. Chance to make it 8 for Conway. And 9 points total for herself, and does. Subs will come in. Marshall Penny and Caitlin Alatini. The Braves bench 5:55. York going to bring some pressure themselves. Now, into Benkett, back to Schnell. The Braves try to break the full court pressure. Rollins here on the near side. Up for Schnell. Schnell puts it down, out to Johnson. Spot up for 3. Good. We challenged it. We said the Braves hadn't hit much from that 3-point line. In that first quarter, they're 5 of 10 now from deep. 35-24. Rubio gets in the lane, spins on Jayla Johnson. Had the mismatch and was able to make it count. 35-26, 9-point lead for the Braves. Bankett's directing traffic. Crosses over back onto her right, back onto her left, driving into the lane. Out for Henry, back out Johnson. Johnson out to Schnells, pulls up for three. Rattles it off, but Bankett's got the board. Got hit on the way up, no call. She's a little slow to get up. Driving in the lane, it's stripped away. Shepard's drive is no good. Johnson, looking down court, has the Braves running with her. Out for Bankett in the corner for three. Good, Kennedy Bankett. Her second triple. She's got 11. And the Braves making it rain from downtown this afternoon and this quarter specifically. Rollins in transition. Drives in the lane. No good. No call. Rollins slow to get up. Hopefully she's okay. Conway off of the transition. Lays it in. They were 5-on-4. 38-28. Bankett. So Rollins, tip of the arrowhead. Over to Schnell. Schnell to Rollins. Rollins going to pull up for three. Miss to the right. Rubio almost had it thrown away. Her and Viciani were not on the same page, and she almost threw it right into the Braves student section. 38-28, 3:45 remaining. And quarter number two. Whistle underneath. So I try to work my way around officials and Coach B. It's going to go on to Cool Schnell. That'll be her first. Sydney Scott looking like she's going to check back in. It will be for Schnell. So they'll keep Henry and Scott out there. Go with a bigger lineup. And York has also two of the bigger players in the roster out there as well. They do get it in. Kick it out onto the wing. Shot from a short corner, no good. Haley Henry's got it. Out for Rollins on the outlet. Out for Johnson. Johnson rewards Scott for running down the full court. Sydney Scott puts it in. She's got another one. 7 total. Shepard out for Conway. Conway driving in. Puts it in. Count the bucket. Coach B not liking that at all. It looked like Conway was a little out of control. Conway will sink it and convert the three-point play. 40-31. 3:15. Henry trying to break the full court pressure over to Rollins. Rollins across half court. On to her left to Haley Henry. They try to go high-low here. Down for Scott. Scott hits the floor. It's picked away. Page. We'll back it up. York will work the other way. Trail by 9. Spinning down low post shot, no good. Schroer with another miss. Johnson in transition down to Scott. Scott spinning onto her left, puts it up. Rattles off the rim. But a good look there for Sydney Scott. Scott now 3 of 9. As Conway had it taken away momentarily. Keeps possession for the Panthers. Down to Schroer, spinning on Bankett. Good defense by Kennedy, but better offense from Brittany Schroer. Down to 7. 40-33. 2:20 remaining. Rollins. Behind her back across half court. Over here to Henry. Henry swings it back around. They want Rollins. Rollins to this near side. The screen from Bankett. Sydney Scott top of the key. Johnson wide open on the wing. Too wide open if I do say so myself. It's the Braves 7th from downtown here in the first half. As Shepard driving in, lost the handle, turns the ball back over. 11th turnover forced by Ottawa University in this half alone. Haley Henry will check out. Checking in will be Caitlin Valentini. Bankett walking it up the court. The only Brave in double digits so far leads the Braves with 11. Conway leading with 14 on the other end for York. Well and truly keeping them in this ball game. Scott top of the key, setting the offense. On to her left, dribble handoff for Rollins. Rollins over on this near side. Johnson down to Scott. Scott. And the whistle. We're going to have a foul or a jump ball before the foul. That's going to be a foul. But we'll go on Conway. That will be her second. What the Braves trying to do, force the mismatches and make your best player work with some foul trouble. That's what they did against St. Mary and almost were able to pull that game off. Bank it into the corner. Shot from three, no good. Rebound comes down for York. Imani Honey across half court, driving right at Marshall Penny. Left hand, too hard off the glass. Here comes Johnson the other way. The track meet. Johnson, Euro step in the lane up, and we'll go to the line for two. Dancing around the defender will be on Shepard. That will be her first. Fourth team foul. 1:08 remaining. Jayla Johnson on the line shooting two. First trip to the line tonight for her, and she'll sink the front end. Braves 5 of 6 after that make from the free throw line. I'll knock on wood. Second one up and good from Jayla Johnson. She's got 8. Several Braves on the cusp of double digits. That's going to take down to about 60 seconds left. Viciani directing traffic to this near side for Shannon. Out for Honey. Honey driving on Beckett. Gets into the lane, lays it up, and will be fouled. Beckett left her feet, and that's probably where you get the foul right there. She would have stayed on her feet. Might have gotten away with some of the contact down there. She was straight up, but the minute you leave your feet, you open up a whole Pandora's box for what the ball handler can force for their own contacts. Honey's first will be up and in. First trip to the free throw line this afternoon for her. The Panthers 6 of 8 from the free throw line. I will set the back ends. And a 65% free throw shooting team in total. Is a shooter's gym, as we've talked about time and again. It does account for free throws as well. 45-35. Alatini off the screen, pulls up along to your Caitlin Alatini. Nothing but net. She's got 11. The second Brave in the double digits. Viciani, dribble hand off to Shannon. They want to work it down to the post. Scott trying to play good defense, has it forced back out. Rubio under her right, pulls up along two, misses off the back iron. Marshall Penny's got it. The shot clock is off. Which Monterey yelling hold. They're going to hold for the last bucket here. 19 seconds over to Bankett here on this near side. Marshall Penny. And Coach Monterey streaming out the offense. Down to Sydney Scott. Scott spinning in the lane. No good. Alatini put back. No good. Coach Monterey wanted some fouls to the contact here. Here comes Honey the other way. Honey quickly with time expiring. Threw it out of bounds. And that will send us to the halftime break, 47-35. The Braves going to the halftime on top. We'll be back in 2 minutes here from the Wilson Fieldhouse on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO, and the OttawaBraves.com.
As members of the KCAC and NAIA, Ottawa University Sports has been a home of champions for decades. But a student athlete at Ottawa University doesn't just come upon the success on their own. It takes dedication and desire to create a champion, and that starts with coaches, managers, and trainers. It takes an entire staff of sports information experts to share the success with everyone else. And it takes you, the fan, to cheer loud and proud for your Ottawa University Braves. Catch a game, match, or event on campus soon. For all of the full Brave season schedules, visit OttawaBraves.com.
At CarStar Ottawa, we know that hail not only mars the appearance of your vehicle, but it can actually fracture the paint job, which can then lead to rust. Our trained technicians can make the right repairs now before they get more costly. CarStar Ottawa. Relax, we'll take it from here.
Quality Structures is helping you build the rural American dream today. No more some days. Whether you're wanting a garage for your toys, a riding arena for your horses, or storage for your equipment, Quality Structures is there. Visit Quality Structures in Richmond or online at qualitystructures.com.
We're taking 2024 off. Well, off your bill. Now through the month of February, with any major mechanical repairs or purchase of new tires, Beanie's Body Shop and Repair will take $20.24 off your bill. 785-242-4082.
Kansas State Bank supports the hometown team because when you visit Kansas State Bank, you're banking with hometown people you know, with convenient drive-through hours, loan officers with decades of experience, and their new digital banking suite. Find out more at mykansasstatebank.com. Member FDIC.
Back in the Wilson Fieldhouse, the halftime rank 47-35. At halftime, the Braves have stretched it out to a 12-point lead, largest in the game so far, as we have the dance team performing in front of us. Very, very good dance team here, showing off as they just competed over the last couple of weeks. They start their season and try to get back down to Florida to win another national championship. Won one a couple of years ago. They'll try to get right back onto the national stage. It'll be the men's teams getting on here in just a second. They'll get their layup lines, get a brief warm up here. That'll be a fun game. We'll talk more about that in the pregame for that men's game, but that's going to be a fun one here in the Wilson as well. A pretty good crowd on hands for a Saturday afternoon, especially during NFL playoff season. But we're going to take a break here from the Wilson, 47-35 at the halftime break. Back in 3 minutes on KOFO on the Braves Sports Network.
I'm John Newhouse of Newco Concrete. From our first contact with you to the cleanup when we're done, you'll find our staff and crew to be professional, respectful, and reliable. That's the only way we do business at Newco Concrete.
Visit online at newcoconcrete.com. Hey, pet lovers, welcome to the new year. January is the perfect time to show your pet some extra love and attention. At Ottawa Veterinary Hospital, their experienced veterinarians are there to provide comprehensive care for your pets. Call and schedule a wellness checkup for your pet today. 785-242-3538. Having a bench jeweler who can repair your fine jewelry is one of the best reasons to go to Sutton's Jewelry. Your precious gems never leave their location. Phil Sutton has more than 40 years of experience at the jewelry bench, working on sizing, customizing, setting, and resetting gemstones and diamonds. Your jewelry is always safe and treated with love because Phil doesn't rush his work. He takes care of your fine jewelry as if it were his own. Stop by today at 213 South Main and see why you've got it made at Sutton's Jewelry. Becky Stone King, office manager at All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating, on the expectations of their staff and crew.
We expect our technicians and office staff to listen to the customer first so that we can figure out where to start.
What sets your technicians apart?
We send out friendly guys who know their stuff. They are educated, certified, really great guys.
Call All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating and now Plumbing at 8888 Airman or visit their new location at 233 West 23rd in South Ottawa, keeping you comfortable in all seasons.
Back here at the halftime break, Blake Griffin for KOFO on the Braves Sports Network. Welcoming you in. It's a little bit warmer than it's been over the last couple of days. It's 16 degrees currently up there in Ottawa. So we make sure that, you're still bundling up. Frostbite is still a thing, but it is not nearly as cold as it has been. We were down to, I believe today's low was -5, -6 is what it was in the wee hours of the morning. So definitely cold still, but it looks like we're headed for some warmer-ish weathers over the next week or so, back into the 40s, which is always A-okay in my book. I am not built for this negative degree weather. that is for sure. Your leading scorers so far in this half for the women's basketball team, 47-35 the score at halftime. For the traveling York Panthers, it has been the Arcadia Conway show with 14, 5 of 7 from the field, the only miss being from 3, and a perfect 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Does have those 2 fouls Nothing to be concerned about just yet, but it's something that we might see the Braves try to lean into just a touch, see if they can get her into some foul trouble and take the leading scorer off of the table, take the queen off the board, so to speak, if you're talking chess. On the Braves side, both Kennedy Beckett and Caitlin Alatini side with 11. Beckett 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3. Alatini 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3 with 2 free throws. Alatini also leading in rebounds with 6, assists with 3, and steals with 2, as she is having quite the game. That is for sure. This afternoon, we'll see which one kind of comes in on top, as we've seen Alatini take on more of a scorer's role over the last couple of weeks with no Dichi and no Tootie Allen, who's been in and out of the lineup. Pardon me, over the last couple of weeks, starting with that ejection and then a little bit of the game suspension served. It didn't travel to the game against Tabor on Wednesday, and is not in the lineup tonight on Saturday. But a tough couple of games coming up for the Braves. As we mentioned, you're going to run the gauntlet over the last couple of weeks. You played St. Mary on the road against St. Mary. Just a tough place to play. It's really hot in that gym, and it's kind of an unorthodox gym. It's small. It's kind of a bandbox kind of situation. They almost went down there and won, and then you got to go to Tabor. When anytime you have to travel to Central Kansas, it's a tough one. You got to get on the bus, and it was the first week of the semester this week, so everybody getting accustomed to new classes, had to probably be up early to get to your classes and all that. You've got the 8 a.m.s and that kind of stuff. And then you got to get on the bus at rounds 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock is when they got on the bus, 2:45. Go down there for a 6 o'clock game, play at 6 o'clock, and then get back at about midnight 30 is when I got back from that game. So been a rough week for them. They get a bit of a break. You play a York team who's below you in the standings. Then you'll go on the road to play Avila and Sterling. Avila, who you're tied with 5 and 6. Sterling down there at 4 and 7, also below you. And then the lineup flips over. So you got to play Oklahoma Wesleyan and Bethel again. Oakwu down at the bottom. Bethel just a touch above you. So with everything restarting, it gets to be a little bit interesting, and you start to see everybody twice. Your game plan is a little more tuned in. Obviously, the Braves are a little bit different now than they were the first time they saw a couple of these teams, because no Abby Dichi and no Janiyah Hendricks, and as we mentioned, Tootie Allen that kind of came into her own over the early part of the late part of December and coming into January. So she's taking on more of a scoring role. Alatini's taking on more of a scoring role. So we'll see what this second half of the season has to hold for this Braves women's team. But as we've talked about with Coach Bondurant, they're very close. They're a team that, despite all the injuries, despite having at the time your leading scorer go down with a knee injury, you're fighting and you're putting it together. Some great people have stepped up. Sydney Scott's done a great job off the bench. The freshman Nicole Schnell has come in and done a great job herself, coming in and doing work off the bench as a freshman. Not necessarily an easy job to do at KCAC, but has come in and made a significant impact off of the bench when the Braves teams have really needed it. We look at the rest of the schedule today. A couple games tipping off at 3. We had Evangel Southwestern that tipped off at 2. Avila and Bethany down there in Lindsborg tipped off at 3. And everybody else at 5 and 6. Sterling on the road against McPherson. Tabor on the road against St. Mary. Bethel on the road against Friends. And Oklahoma Wesleyan on the road against Kansas Wesleyan. That game in Leavenworth is going to be a very, very, very big one as Tabor goes on the road and plays St. Mary. Tabor, who dropped the game. So they're a game behind St. Mary. They lost to Bethany just about a week ago, last Saturday. And so they have a chance to go down there and even the score against St. Mary and even up the top of the KCAC once again. I'll find you the scores for these games so far as we look into the scoreboard this afternoon. It's always a mixed bag on whether or not teams are going to have their stacks up. 31-26, Bethany on top of Avila at halftime as the Braves little bit of actually, you'd like to be Eagles fans today. Hope Avila knocks off Bethany so you gain a game on them who sit at 7-4, and then you go play Avila on Wednesday. You control your own destiny against them. See who else we got in the KCAC. Trying to find the other game. It was supposed to be a Southwestern game, but I guess, oh, there we go. They're final already. 96-68. Evangel beats Southwestern as we sit just about 3 minutes away from the start of this second half. We will send it to break one more time. When we come back, we will give you the wrap up of the first half, and tell you our keys for the second half. You're listening to Ottawa University Women's Basketball here on KOFO on the Braves Sports Network.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
There's something for everyone at Primetime Grill. Burgers, salads, sandwiches, entrees, all the best tasting and delicious Kansas cuisine. Enjoy the full-service bar, exceptional service, one-of-a-kind atmosphere with so many screens you'll know why they say, when it's game time, it's Primetime. Primetime Grill in South Ottawa, open 7 days a week.
Learning to work as part of a team is a trait that not only benefits students and athletes now, but can help them as leaders of tomorrow. This is Eric Price, funeral director and owner of Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Homes, proud to sponsor this sports broadcast on KOFO. Visit lamb-roberts.com.
Looking for a better rate of return on your savings? Arvest Bank is ready to help with great rates on certificates of deposit. You can earn 5% APY on a 7-month CD or 5.25% APY on a 14-month CD with a minimum deposit of just $1,000. And it's easy to get started. Stop by any one of Arvest's over 200 branch locations to open your account. Other rates and terms are available. Arvest Bank, member FDIC.
Back here in the Wilson Fieldhouse, 1:20 remaining until the second half. That's in your leading scores as we look deeper into the stats. Braves leading the rebound battle 17-16 with 5 offensive rebounds. They held York to just 2. We mentioned that's kind of been a point of contention for this Braves team throughout the year, has been giving up too many turnover or too many offensive rebounds, too many second chance points. They have forced 11 turnovers and given up 6. If you listen to the Tabor game, we talked about how this team is 7-3 when they force more turnovers than they give up, or just force more turnovers than themselves in general. They were getting close around that Tabor game, but ended up that was kind of just one of the reasons why they struggled in that one. They were a little bit tough with the basketball. Keys for the game in the second half. The Braves would like to see them just keep doing what they're doing, but you have to understand shooting 60% from 3 in that second quarter definitely propelled them. They were 6 of 10 in that second quarter from downtown. They sit 7 of 15 in total for 46% from 3. So you got to understand that might not keep up. And you'd like them to just keep their heads down and keep getting good looks. York will start with the basketball. Down to 20 in the shot clock. Shannon driving in, hit the roller. Back to Shannon along the baseline. Lays it up under the glass and in. So York cashes into their first possession of the second half. Cut it down to 10. 47-37. Marshall Penny into the near side of Costa. Altini fighting around screens. Finally gets to the high post. Tries into the lane. Lays it up. It's blocked by Rubio. Good hands. Good timing from Rubio. Chance to get it down into the single digits. Shepard backs it out. They want to get it down to the post. Bounce pass out to the top of the key. To her left, Schroer. Schroer driving on Scott. No good. Rebounds, ping pongs around, and finally gets in the hand of the Braves as Alatini was a little. Alatini looks like she got hit in the face. And Nicole Schnell will come in to replace her. Hopefully she's okay. Just take some time. At least she might have just have some blurry vision for the time being. We'll see if she comes back in as ball game. 19 on the shot clock. Marshall Penny out for Sydney Scotts. To Acosta. Pulls up for three. This is off the back iron. Shepard. Over to Rubio. Rubio driving in, pulls up a long two, misses Shorts. Scott with the rebound out to Acosta in transition. Acosta, big skip past to Bankett. Bankett along the baseline. Backs it out. Schnell on the wing, wide open for three. Another one. It's raining pennies from heaven. Nicole Schnell hits one from deep. She's got 8. It's her second triple of the afternoon. Conway driving in. They'll pick up a foul on Scott. Not much that Sydney can do down there. They're driving around, moving their feet, and just a touch faster could put you in a compromised position. (50-37) with 8:11 remaining. First one will fall in from Conway. Conway with 15, a chance for 16. And she'll back it off the back rim, but a little bit of trouble with the rebound. Honey was fighting for it, but Scott's got it. Down to 8 minutes and 2 minutes elapsed here in this third quarter. 20 on the shot clock. Acosta here on the near side, right in front of us, the scorer's table. Scott over to Bankett. Bankett's going to pull up from three. Buries it. Another one from Kennedy Bankett. She's got 14. The Braves leading scorer making it count. 53-38. Shepard. Down to Shower. Back out. They want to get it down to Shower again. Shower with great defense. Scott again forces the kick out with 10. Shepard driving in, lays it in. Got past Marshall Penny, but phenomenal defense underneath from Scott, who has had to do a lot of work both offensively and defensively in the post, has answered the call. Acosta gets past her defender, driving in on the elbow out for Scott, pulls up from the short corner. Another one for Sydney Scott. Stretching the range just a touch there. Love that. You have to guard her out a little bit farther. Going to really open up the Braves offense. Shower. Well, back it out to the top of the key. 55-40. Shower driving it on Scott. Spins to her left. Coach Monrant wanting to carry. Didn't get it. Honey off of the screen. Along the baseline. First attempt no good. And that's all they'll get. Honey is slow to get up. It's 5-on-4 for the Braves. Schnell. Out for Bankett. Bankett top of the key. Pulls up for three. Another one. It's raining for the Braves. 3 of 4 from downtown in this quarter. They continue to make them hurt. 58-40. 6:25 remaining. Back in 30 seconds in the Wilson on KOFO.
Given the climate of higher education today, when other small colleges and institutions look at you as the standard, you know you're doing it right. And that's Ottawa University, where you get personalized learning through dynamic programs, cutting-edge facilities, a diverse community on campus, career guidance, and affordable tuition. At Ottawa University, excellence isn't just a goal, it's the standard. Find out more about how Ottawa University can prepare you for a life of significance by visiting ottawa.edu.
Blake Griffin on KOFO on the Braves Sports Network. 58-40 with 6:25 remaining. A 5-0 run for the Braves as it's raining from downtown. Braves have hit 3 of their Well, 3 of their 4 shots made here in the third quarter have been from downtown. Schnell hit one. Bankett just hit one. Alexini, I believe, hit one in this second half so far. Pardon me, Bankett hit 2. So, Bankett leading the way with 17. On the other side, the Panthers just 2 of 5. The free throw. So, Braves have come out swinging. An 11-5 start to the quarter. And a 5-0 run. It'll be the York ball after the timeouts, after the triple from Kennedy Bankett. Shepard with the Braves coming out in 2-3. Trying to lock down the paint just a touch, forcing this York team to shoot from 3. It's normally what you do. Lock down the paint. This goes Conway off of a dribble drive, lays it up. Coach Bondurant wanted this travel, didn't get it. Very vocal about that. Bankett down to Scott. Scott spins to her left, lays it up, misses, but a good move from Sydney Scott. Got exactly where she wanted it. Honey trying to go down and Shower. Shower faces up on Scott. Out for Conway. Conway under her left, pulls up from 3. Gets it off back iron. Bankett's got the board coming the other way. Bankett out to Acosta. Acosta along the baseline. The whistle, didn't see what happened. Looks like we're going to get a foul. It's going to go on Brittany Shower. Will be her second. That's the first team foul for York in this quarter. Alantini down for Scott, lobbed it over the top. Beautiful pass to Acosta in the corner. Quick trigger for 3. Nothing but net for Naheli Acosta. It's contagious. The Braves are feeling themselves. Everybody's hitting shots tonight. Over for Amani Honey. Swing it back around. York trails by 19. Largest lead of the game for the Braves. Shannon, skip pass. Deflected by Alatini. It'll stay York ball, but 9 on the shot clock. Haley Henry and Jayla Johnson check in for Sydney Scott and Desiree Marshall-Penny. 9 on the shot clock. They'll get it in for Shepard. Shepard with 5 at the top of the key. Shepard driving it on Johnson. Good pass to Shower along the baseline. Her shot no good, but they get the offensive board. Shepard bounce pass to Conway, lost it. They'll say off of her own hands. 4:46. Jayla Johnson. Cross half court, Alatini. Acosta here on the near side. Gonna pull up from 3 from deep downtown. Another one from Naheli Acosta. Got a garter from 35 feet. She'll make the pay. 64-42. Shepard. Shower down to Conway on the post. Good defense from Acosta. Getting it done on both ends. Conway again spins around. The foul going to be called. Should be on Acosta. It'll be on the reach, and it will go on Alatini. That will be her third. Rubio, McGrath, and Paficiani check in for York. Conway at the line for 2. 22-point game for the Braves. Conway's first is up and in. Has not missed from the free throw line this afternoon. Came into this 3 of 3. Second one is also good. Perfect 4 of 4. 18 points for Conway. Alatini with York bringing the full court pressure. Johnson cross half court to Acosta. Acosta spinning, going over the top of McGrath. Another one for Naheli Acosta. A woman possessed today in Naheli Acosta with 13. Bonnie Honey down to Rubio. Good entry pass underneath over the top of the outstretched hands of Haley Henry. Down to 20. 66-46. Henry in the short corner, driving baseline. Up and under. Good for Haley Henry. A great take from Haley Henry. Looks like the Braves just playing the best basketball we've seen them play in a long time. It's good to see them get back to this. Rubio spinning. Good defense from Bankett. Acosta got the board. And a whistle. They go on a Rubio. Gianni Rollins and Sydney Scott check in for Riley Acosta and Caitlin Alantini. As Acosta goes to the bench with 13. 3 Braves in double digits. Sydney Scott with 8, Jayla Johnson with 8, and Nicole Snell with 8, all on the cusp. Johnson, Henry, picked up her dribble. They get it across to Johnson. Just barely for the 10-second violation. Henry, over to Rollins. A little bit of trouble getting the ball over to her, but they finally do get it into her hands. Scott to Bankett. Calling for a screen with 5. Bankett with 4 now. Spinning to Henry. Lost the ball on her drive at the end of the shot clock. No Braves are able to get back. Conway in transition lays it up. As everybody was ball watching, nobody got back. An easy bucket for Conway. She's got 20. Braves trying to break the press. They get it out. Johnson. Let's give it over to this near side. Bankett. Directing traffic here. 15 on the shot clock. Rollins. On her left. In some trouble. Down to Henry with 8. Henry. Driving baseline again. Lays it up. And they're going to block here. They're going to Viciani. Junior from Dnipro, Ukraine. Alantini in for Bankett. And Marshall Penny in for Rollins. Your waits. The free throws here from Haley Henry. Her first trip to the line. Well, this off the back iron. Just the second miss of the game for the Braves from that free throw line. They've only been a touch under 10 times. 6 of 8 in total. Will be their 9th attempt here. Second from Henry. Rattles off both front and back rim. Braves still lead by 20, 68-48. Rushing to get back. Honey. Now for Rubio. Picked off by Henry. Henry trying to go coast to coast. Driving in. Gathers. Puts it up and in. A great jump stop to blow the defenders right by her. Little Top Gun move there. Viciani driving it in the right hand. Lays it up off the glass. Couldn't get it to go. Henry across half court. Henry driving on Viciani. Lost the handle. Good hands by Viciani. It's taken away. And Haley Henry will pick up a foul here. It'll be the first on her, the 3rd team foul. 1:43 remaining here at quarter number 3. Braves have seen their largest lead of the game. 70-48. $135. New York threw the ball into the bench. I think they assumed that there was somebody over there. Maybe there was somebody standing along the bench. They're confused. Either way, turnover. Braves will take over possession here. Johnson. And the near side for Alantini. Alantini to the top for Marshall Penny. We're over to this near side. Alantini on her left, skips into the corner. Johnson in the corner for 3. Another one. Rattle it home with Jayla Johnson. She's got 11. She's 3 of 4 from 3. 70 seconds left. McGrath. Drive it on Johnson. Out for Shower. Shower spinning the lane. Good defense by Sydney Scott, but can't get the offensive board. Another rebound being fought for. Loose ball. Alantini's got it. They get up the offensive rebound, but do a good job protecting the second chance point. 25 seconds between shot and game clock. Haley Henry picks it out for Scott. She's going to shoot from 3. Oh, my goodness. The Wilson would have lost its lid if that thing went in. Shower On the baseline, Haley Henry's going to pick up a foul. Right with the elbow, just a touch. It'll be here seconds. York to inbound along the baseline, 33.7. It's a 5-0 run for the Braves. A scoreless 2 and some change for York. 24 on the shot clock, into the corner. McGrath for 3. Was over the top. No good. Marshall Penny in transition. Going up, left hand laying up and in. The Braves with the fast break points. Just their second bucket in transition this afternoon. 75-48. Honey driving in, have the ball deflected. Active hands for Marshall Penny. .2. Shot clock is off. Sydney Scott in, or onto the bench for Bankets. Get it in, 12.2, down, good inbound play up, drawn up by York, as McGrath will get it on the wing and bury it. Alatini will get it in, and that will end quarter number 3, 75-54. 24-point lead for the Braves. Back in 60 seconds for the fourth quarter on Wilson Fieldhouse on KOFO.
Advent Health Ottawa reminds you that whether you're traveling across town or out of town to watch your favorite teams play, be aware of winter weather conditions. Be sure to keep a winter survival kit in your vehicle and always have a blanket, gloves, and hats available if you need them. Be safe and enjoy the games and the winter weather season. A reminder from Advent Health Ottawa, where nothing is more important than you.
This is Walt Dangle of Dangle & Son Mortuary. Our desire is to provide the very best in funeral service. Our commitment has helped us reach that goal. We will always strive to reach higher. This is Dangle & Son Mortuary, setting the standard for funeral service.
Looking for a better rate of return on your savings? Arvest Bank is ready to help with great rates on certificates of deposit. You can earn 5% APY on a 7-month CD or 5.25% APY on a 14-month CD with a minimum deposit of just $1,000. And it's easy to get started. Stop by any one of Arvest's over 200 branch locations to open your account. Other rates and terms are available. Arvest Bank, member FDIC.
Back here in the Wilson Fieldhouse, Blake Griffin for KOFO Sports and the Braves Sports Network. 24-point lead for the Braves, 75-51. After they won the third quarter by 12. They continue to shoot the lights out from the 3. They shot 6 of 8 from 3 in that third quarter. They missed a total of 4 shots the entire quarter. 11 of 14 from the field for 28 points. I don't know how much better you can feel when your team misses only 4 shots from the field in a quarter. That's about as good as you can get. With the Braves to inbound. 10 minutes on the clock. 10 minutes remaining here in quarter number 4. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether that be over the airwaves on KOFO.com and the Facebook page, or if you are watching the game from the Wilson on the Braves Sports Network. Scott in the post, laying it up off the glass. Sydney Scott is in the double digits. 5 Braves into double figures. 77-57. Or, pardon me, 51. Conway on her right, trying to get past Acosta. Does get past Acosta, but did not get it to go off the glass. Marshall Penny on to her left. Trying to fight around the screen. Acosta down to Scott. This is up on show. We're going to pull up from the mid-range, and there he is. Sydney Scott, probably her best game we've seen from her so far, and playing at the best time. Page driving in, lays it in on the right hands. Gets it to go. 79-53. Bankets. Let's get past to Acosta in the corner. Out for Alatini on the wing. Gonna try to knock it down. Another one, and in. Caitlin Alatini. Her second from 3. She's got 14 to 30-second timeout taken by the Braves. 82-53. Back in 30 seconds on KOFO.
As members of the KCAC and NAIA, Ottawa University Sports has been a home of champions for decades. But a student-athlete at Ottawa University doesn't just come upon the success on their own. It takes dedication and desire to create a champion, and that starts with coaches, managers, and trainers. It takes an entire staff of sports information experts to share the success with everyone else. And it takes you, the fan, to cheer loud and proud for your Ottawa University Braves. Catch a game, match, or event on campus soon. For all of the full Brave season schedules, visit OttawaBraves.com.
Back here in the Wilson Fieldhouse, got a couple of players right on the edge of their season highs. Nayeli Acosta, previous season high was against Kansas Christian. She had 13. She sits at 13 currently. And Sydney Scott's previous high against Southwestern had 14. She sits with 13. 82-53. 8:30 remaining. Conway trying to find it along the baseline. It's a loose ball. Jump ball. They try to separate everybody. The arrow points the way of the Panthers. Eight and a half. Just over 90 seconds eclipsed here in quarter number 3. And get it in. 10 seconds left. 8.5 to play. Driving in. Left hand back to Honey. Honey spots up for 3. Pushes out the front iron. Scott's got the rebound. Out for Marshall Penny. Up to Bankett. Bankett crosses over. Driving in. Puts past one. Up and one. Kennedy Bankett putting on a show. So razzle dazzle and a little strength to fight through the contact. She's got 19, a chance for 20. Johnson and Schnell will check in for Alatini and Acosta. And we've seen Kennedy Bankett find her career high a couple of times. Now she sinks that one. Career high was against Southwestern with 26. She has 20 here tonight. Shepard for York in some trouble. Kicks it out. Amani Honey at the tip of the arrowhead down at the top of the key. Down to the short corner, trying to drive on Scott along the baseline. Out for Page. Page onto her right hand. Lays it up. Too hard off the glass. It's a 6-0 run for the Braves. Down for Bankett. Bankett finds Scott. Scott lost the handle. It just deflected out. Honey. Over to Page. Page along two. Missed off the back iron. Fight for the rebound. Comes right out for York. Shepard driving in on Johnson. Good defense from Jayla. Another loose ball comes out for York. Shepard with nobody on her. She's going to pull up from 3. No good. Another loose ball for the rebound. Bankett finally collects it. Up for Scotts. Up to Marshall Penny. Get it across half court. Johnson. Marshall Penny. Off of a screen. Over to Scott. 30 second here on the basketball here. 10 on the shot clock. Schnell around the screen. Pulls up along 2. Another one. She's got 10. And everybody playing their best basketball this evening. 87-53. 6:45 remaining. Page driving in, spinning in the lane, puts it up, and gets it to fall. Good move. Actually, that might have been Harry. Zariah Harry was coming for the first time late in this game for York. Johnson across half court. Marshall Penny will start the offense here. Schnell on to her left, out for Bankett. He's running their sets. Marshall Penny driving into the lane, gets past one, lanes it up and in. She's the only starter to not have double digits. Braves haven't needed her to be as effective as normal as Amani Honey going to go in, hit the contact, and have a chance for the three-point play. Again, Bankett leading the way with 20. Conway on the other side also with 20. As Amani Honey will go to the line for her third time this afternoon. 7 points in total, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. And will bury it. Converts the three-point play. Johnson will back it up. They'll swing it around. Henry. Over to Rollins. To Scott. Here to the near side, Schnell. Schnell around the screen. For 10. Schnell down to Henry on the baseline. Back out Schnell. Down to Sidney Scott. Good ball movement. Scott spinning around. Jumper no good. Some good ball movements and triangle offense for the Braves. Honey driving in, gets past Henry, lays it up off the glass and in. She's got 9. Pardon me, 10. She's in the double digits. Third Panther into double digits. Johnson to Scott in the post. Out to Henry to set the offense. Rollins on the wing, pulls up for 3. Another triple. Triple for the Braves. Their second of the quarter, and a timeout taken by York. 92-60 with 5:05 remaining. We're going to take a 60-second break here on KOFO.
Have you ever thought about why listening to the radio is better for you than spending all your time staring at your phone? We are hands-free, so in the car, you can keep your eyes on the road, where they should be. We don't need your personal information, so you don't have to worry about spam from us. And all you have to do is listen, not waste your time scrolling through an endless sea of recipes, memes, and cat videos. Radio, the original social media, and your source for information and entertainment at 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
Parenting doesn't come with a manual, so if you are currently raising children, you no doubt could use a little help. Whether you have a child who is potty training, a strong-willed 5-year-old, colicky newborn, or a rebellious teen, Life Care Center of Ottawa offers free parenting education to any parent of any age child. Not only that, while you are learning, you are also earning the resources you need to help care for your children, all at no cost to you. Call us today at 785-242-4500 to start becoming the mom or dad you were designed to be.
92-60. Now, I tell you what, folks, I didn't get this game thinking the Braves were going to win. They've only lost one game, and that was back in 2001 against this York team. But I didn't think they would end up winning like this. Now, the Braves in the Wilson have outscored opponents 80-68, and we are about on track for the 68 for the opponents. We are well above 80 for the Braves here this evening. York out of the timeouts. We'll have a jumble of players. There's a couple of players fighting through a screen. It's going to go on Rollins, who went through Shepard. And we're under 5. 92-60. Conway to inbound, sideline for the Panthers. Honey. To her left. Some good off-the-ball movement for York. Honey on to her left. Baseline cut from Conway. It's tipped away. Rollins has it. And for Henry. Henry. Skip past this near side in the corner. Alatini for 3. It's short. But there's Rollins with the offensive rebound. Lays it up. No good. Coach B wanted a foul. I think Rollins had a pretty good look at that. Overestimated where she was. Good dish from Shower. But Aviciani couldn't keep the handle. Threw out of bounds. 32 points. Largest of the game was 34. Alatini. Rollins back to Alatini. Up to Henry. Henry driving in, puts it up. No good, but Schnell's got the board. Schnell out for Alatini. Spinning on Haviciani. Good anticipation from Haviciani. Able to make Alatini uncomfortable. It's out to Rollins. Rollins was 6. To Alatini with 3. Got to get going. 2, 1. Chucks it up in the shot clock. Miss long. Looked good all the way. Just missed a little bit long and off the back iron. 3:40 remaining. Honey. Down to Conway on the post. Conway spinning. Trying to go right over Henry. Will pick up the foul. Will be the third on Haley Henry. So he gets a sub to check in for the Braves. It'll be Kirsten Marcos, a fan favorite. The sophomore from Gardner, Kansas. And a big fan favorites here on campus. Now they Costa back in for the Braves. It looks like Rubio checks in for the Panthers. First one from Conway is in. And Rubio, the only sub to come in, looks like for York. Second one from Conway is up and in. She has not missed from the free throw line. She's got 21. Rollins in some trouble. Had it taken away. Shepard to Rubio. Rubio fouled on the way up. York brought the full court pressure. Rollins under some pressure herself and just ripped the ball right away. Most points for the Braves this year in a KCAC game, as the first one sinks in, was against Kansas Wesleyan. They beat them 84-74. Won't touch the top score on the season if the second one rattles out here for the Braves. They said the all-time record in points, it was 116. It was against Kansas Christians. The ball is loose in the backcourt. It'll be over and back. I try to get it back to Alatini, not on the same page. 92-63, 3:09 remaining. York to inbound on the sideline across from us. Diving in, Vecchiani checks it back out. Conway, trying to go right at Schnell. Conway, driving in, Schnell stripped it away. Still loose, and out of bounds off of York. Conway trying just to put a lot of this team on her back at this point. She's only missed 4 shots herself. Has had a great game. Yes, the Braves offense has just been ridiculous today. Alatini into the paint, out for Acosta. Schnell hits the ground, a little slow to get up. Bodies flying all over the place. Not a lot of fouls called in this game. Both teams have struggled. Have been in foul trouble. As Kirsten Marcos will cash in with her first bucket of the game. Great move in the post. As a dribble drive in, I believe that's going to be Shepard. That's going to hold the line for 2. It'll be Rollins to pick up the foul, be her third. And Schnell is not feeling good as she came off. We'll give way to another freshman to check in, with Cooper Hilton, a freshman from Coweta, Oklahoma. 94-64. Second from Shepard is also good. She's got 4. Alatini, touchdown pass out for Acosta. Acosta to Rollins. They'll set the offense here. Rollins at the arrowhead. They'll pick up the foul. Shepard just trying to disrupt Tiani. Picks up her second foul. Vecchiani checks out. Page in for York. And be Lawson Hittle also in for the Panthers. 2:10 remaining. Rollins on her right hand, out for Hilton. Cooper Hilton flashes into the corner. Acosta down for Alatini. Alatini spins along the baseline, pulls up and buries it. Another one for Caitlin Alatini. She's got 16. Shepard. Euro steps in the lane. Wow. Fell right in. Off the front of the rim. That's a beautiful look there. As it'll be Kimberly Cruz, the freshman from El Paso, Texas. to check in for Tiani Rollins. Hilton over here. Skip pass over the top, deflects right to Acosta. A little bit dangerous there. 96-67. The corner for Cruz. Cruz going to pull up for three. Place would have gone crazy if she hit it on her first touch. McGrath. Skip into the corner. Taken away by Hilton. Hilton keeping her dribble. Marcos threw it away. Full court pressure has given the Braves a little fits here down the stretch. 96-67. 1:08 remaining. Hiddle driving on Hilton. Valentini takes it away. Loose ball. Marcos got it. Marcos and the Braves and Coach B were trying to call a timeout, but they didn't get it. The possession arrow points the way of the Braves anyway, so they will keep possession. Valentini and they're right back to her. At the top for Acosta. Acosta's under a minute to play. Dribble it to Cruz. Cruz onto her right hand. Cruz, hesitation, drives in. And some trouble and walked with it. 41.1, 11 seconds between shot and game clock. It'll be Lauren Perez to walk it across for York. Directing traffic, asking for a screen. We'll get it. Move her over to Hiddle. Hiddle to McGrath. It's deflected by Acosta. Acosta chasing it out. We'll keep it in play. And that will round things out here for the Braves. They will just dribble this thing out. Acosta into the corner. Cruz going to pull up for three. Buried it. The freshman catches it in, but might have to have a talk about just dribbling that thing out of the end. Next shot is quickly taken. Jump ball will go the way of the Panthers. 99-67. The Braves were on the cusp of putting up 100 points for the second time this year. Inbound will come in. Corner shot for three. Misses off the backboard. Rebound, puts it up. Also no good. Third chance opportunity, beats the buzzer. Olivia Adams gets it to go. 99-69. The Braves win in emphatic fashion. Get back into the win column. We're going to take a quick break here. We come back. We'll wrap this whole thing up. You're listening to us on KOFO and the Braves Sports Network.
If you haven't been to Primetime Grill Trivia Night sponsored by KOFO, you're missing all the fun. But don't just take my word for it.
Why do you enjoy coming to Trivia Night?
Because I get to be with my friends.
I love trivia. I love coming to Trivia Night, be with my family, and just have a great time and get to know all the people that are coming out to trivia. It's great fun.
And it's just a good time.
As my wife makes me.
We play the first and third Wednesday night of the month at 7. It's free and you can win prizes if your team knows their stuff. Join us for Trivia Night at Primetime Grill, sponsored by KOFO.
Ottawa University and the City of Ottawa invite you to share in a special celebration of the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Guest speaker Dr. Anthony Lewis, adjunct professor and member of the Commission on Racial Equality and Justice, will expound upon the life, times, and remarkable legacy of Dr. King. Pastors from several local churches will also speak, and awards will be presented to the winners of the annual Martin Luther King Jr. Essay Contest. Make time for this noteworthy event tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the Ottawa Memorial Auditorium.
Back here in the Wilson Fieldhouse, 99-69 your final score. The Braves back into the win column. Not much to say. I mean, the Braves came out, shot 56% from the floor, 57% from three, 16 of 28. They made 16 threes. I'd have to go and look, but I believe that might even be the most threes they've made in a game this season at least. I made 17 threes against Kansas Christian. And it looks like other than that, that's the only time they've put up 16 or more. So a historic night here for the Braves, as it really has been quite the game. It was fun all the way through. The Braves came out a little bit flat were able to rectify it, led by, at the end of the first quarter by 4, but then began to just shoot the three like they do. We mentioned one of the top three-point shooting teams in the country, and put that win on display tonight. 16 threes. They only missed 12, so 16 of 28. I'll give you the leading scorers. Kennedy Beckett with 20. Acosta was 13. Alatini was 16. Sydney Scott with 13. Jayla Johnson with 11. Nicole Schnell with 10. Tied her career high. Acosta tied her career high. Kennedy Beckett, another 20-point game. Alatini led in rebounds with 8. Acosta led with 6 assists. 2 steals also between Acosta and Alatini. And if you look at it, the Braves shot the lights out. We'll look to see if that continues on Wednesday. We're going to take a 7-ish, 8-minute break here between the men and the women's game. If you're listening to us on the Braves Sports Network, you will have to re-click on the new game. So back out and click on the men's game. That won't be live momentarily. If you're listening to us on KOFO, just stay right here. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in about 7 to 8 minutes. 99-69, the Braves move to 11-7 overall and 6-6 in the KCAC. You're right back. You're listening to women's basketball. This has been Blake Griffin for KOFO Sports saying, well, we'll see you in a second.
We hope you enjoyed our coverage of Ottawa University Braves basketball on KOFO. Brought to you by CarStar, Quality Structures, Kansas State Bank, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, Nuco Concrete, and by Beanie's Body Shop and Repair, Impact Wealth Planners, Ottawa Veterinary Hospital, Sutton's Jewelry, also by Ottawa University, Advent Health Ottawa, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Primetime Grill, Great Life Golf and Fitness, and Arvest Bank. For more information about our next OU Braves basketball broadcast, visit the KOFO sports page at KOFO.com. This has been an exclusive presentation from your sports source for East Central Kansas, KOFO.
Timeline
Stay tuned for the following special presentation from 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, is proud to bring you the Arvest Bank Ottawa University Braves Basketball Pregame Show on 103.7 FM, 1220 AM, and streaming online at KOFO.com. Here to preview Braves basketball is KOFO's Blake Griffin.
Hello to the Arvest Bank Pregame Show. Blake Griffin for KOFO Sports and the Braves Sports Network. Welcoming you into the Wilson Fieldhouse once again, whether you're just tuning in for the men's game or you watch the women's game as well. We appreciate you tuning in on a packed full sports day where you have some other options, taking some time to watch the OU Braves. We appreciate that. Ottawa Braves come in 10-7 overall, 5-6 in the KCAC. The Panthers of York come in at 6-10 overall and 4-6 in the KCAC. Braves find themselves about 5th, 6th, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 6th in the conference. They're top of everybody who's tied in 6th. Ottawa, Sterling, Bethel, and Tabor all tied at 5-6. We've got Oklahoma Wesleyan and K-Dub, which is Kansas Wesleyan, tied at 10-1 at the top. Southwestern at 9-2. McPherson at 7-3, and Evangel at 6-5. The Braves do have that tiebreaker over Evangel. Currently, they will play them one more time back here at the Wilson. So we'll have to see how the second part of the season pans out. The Braves dropped their second in a row. They played Southwestern last Saturday. Kept it close for a while, but Southwestern got really hot at the end of that second half. Ended up winning by 20, 95-75. Then they went on the road to Tabor. And, not much else you can say in that Tabor game other than Tabor came out extremely hot, and the Braves came out ice cold. It was a cold-ish day out there, but it felt like it was absolute zero for the Braves. It was very, very, very hard for them to get the wheels greased and them going in the right direction. It was a 19-2 lead for Tabor in the first minute and a half, 2 minutes. York was hitting, I believe, 80% from the field, and the Braves had made one shot off the Angkok-Enyang layup. Everything else was rattling off. They would miss left, miss rights, or take bad shots early in the shot clock, or take bad shots late in the shot clock. It was just a tough game to get going. They were able to get going, came all the way back, tied the game in the second half, never led the game at all, but came back and tied it. Led by DeAndre Buggage and his 21 points. He single-handedly pulled the Braves back, I believe, in that game. He was shooting very well from three. He was taking threes that were normal for DeAndre to hit, but as a whole, was taking the step backs and taking the long threes. He was burying them, and that was able to bring them back. But it was just too little too late. They lost 76-73, and was just an interesting game. We'll see if they come out with any extra fire today, especially playing York, a York team that's about a half game under them. They have one game in hand over the Braves. They're at 4-6. Braves are at 5-6. So York missing a game that is going to be made up later in the season, I would assume, because they had some very severe weather for a while up there in Nebraska. If you think we get bad weather here in Kansas, they get worse weather up there in Nebraska. About a 4-hour drive to get down here. So, definitely not one that a lot of people want to make. All right. We're going to take a break here on the Arvest Bank Pregame Show. When we come back, we will give you the roundup on how these two teams match up. You're listening to us on KOFO on the Braves Sports Network.
Looking for a better rate of return on your savings? Arvest Bank is ready to help with great rates on certificates of deposit. You can earn 5% APY on a 7-month CD or 5.25% APY on a 14-month CD with a minimum deposit of just $1,000. And it's easy to get started. Stop by any one of Arvest's over 200 branch locations to open your account. Other rates and terms are available. Arvest Bank, member FDIC.
Ottawa University and the City of Ottawa invite you to share in a special celebration of the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Guest speaker Dr. Anthony Lewis, adjunct professor and member of the Commission on Racial Equality and Justice, will expound upon the life, times, and remarkable legacy of Dr. King. Pastors from several local churches will also speak, and awards will be presented to the winners of the annual Martin Luther King Jr. Essay Contest. Make time for this noteworthy event tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the Ottawa Memorial Auditorium.
Back here in the Wilson Fieldhouse in the Arvest Bank Pregame Show, I'm Blake Griffin for KOFO Sports and the Braves Sports Network. The 17th meeting between these two teams, and if you could imagine, they're tied 8-8. But York on a 2-game winning streak against the Braves. Beat them in the first meeting last year here in the Wilson back in 2022, 86-78. And then beat them in the Freeman Center up in New York, 109-105. Just about 11 months ago, back in February of 2023. But, we'll see if the Braves can exercise some demons today. Beat them for the one and only time you're going to face them this afternoon, this evening, or this season as well. We mentioned play a majority of the teams twice, and some of the teams just once with the addition of Angelo. We've got an extra team. We played only once. York once, Tabor once, Southwestern once, and Avila once, and then you play everybody else twice. As it'll be an interesting start to the second part of the season for the Braves. They start with Sterling and then go and play Oklahoma Wesleyan in their first couple of games. Actually, no Sterling game listed on this one. Am I missing something here? I feel like I'm missing a game here for the men's team. Either way, we are about 90 seconds away from National Anthem and the starting lineups. We're going to take a break. You're listening to us on KOFO and the Braves Sports Network.
Looking for a better rate of return on your savings? Arvest Bank is ready to help with great rates on certificates of deposit. You can earn 5% APY on a 7-month CD or 5.25% APY on a 14-month CD with a minimum deposit of just $1,000. And it's easy to get started. Stop by any one of Arvest's over 200 branch locations to open your account. Other rates and terms are available. Arvest Bank, member FDIC.
To most people, being a DJ means getting paid to play music and sing a few words. That's actually not too far off. But if you're just thrown into it without years of experience, it could be difficult. We'll find out when we let local businessmen and women play DJ as biz jockeys Friday, January 26th. Each gets an hour to play their own tunes, say their own words, and realize that being a disc jockey is much like being a rocket surgeon or a brain scientist. Be listening for your favorite biz jockey Friday, January 26th on the only station willing to let business owners take the mic without a delay button. What are we thinking? KOFO.
National Anthem and starting lineup just around the corner here from the Wilson. You're listening to the Arvest Bank Pregame Show. Thank you so much for listening. We've got tip-off just around the corner. The Braves 5-6, the Panthers 4-6. Who will move up to the KCAC? When we return, you'll be listening to the Arvest Bank Pregame Show on KOFO and the Braves Sports Network.
You've been listening to the Arvest Bank Ottawa University Braves Basketball Pregame Show. Arvest Bank. Goodbye limits. Hello possibilities. Stay tuned. Our opening tip-off is next.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to Ottawa University Braves Basketball on 103.7 FM, 1220 AM, streaming online at KOFO.com or through your smart speaker. KOFO streaming is powered by All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating. OU Braves Basketball on KOFO is brought to you by CarStar, Quality Structures, Kansas State Bank, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, Nuco Concrete, and by Beanie's Body Shop and Repair, Impact Wealth Planners, Ottawa Veterinary Hospital, Sutton's Jewelry, also by Ottawa University, Advent Health Ottawa, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Primetime Grill, Great Life Golf and Fitness, and Arvest Bank. Now with your Ottawa University Braves basketball play-by-play, here's KOFO's Blake Griffin.
Chiefs rolls out along with Braves as the national anthem ends. It's a Chiefs playoff weekend. They play tomorrow. It should be a fun one. They're on the road, though. They're up there in Buffalo. But we are here in Ottawa, Kansas, the Wilson Fieldhouse. Giving you the starting lineups first for the traveling York Panthers. It'll be number 1, Jaden Henderson, the 6'4" junior from Sacramento, California. Number 3, Cam Clardy, the 6'1" junior out of Cypress Springs, Texas. Number 5, Trevon Dennis, the 6'5" junior out of Paris, Texas. Number 21, Devin Carroll, the 6'4" sophomore out of Buffalo, Missouri. And number 33, Andrew Bennett, the 6'7" junior out of Hawthorne, New Jersey. And now for your Ottawa University Braves. Number 2, DeAndre Buggage, the 5'9" junior out of Gray, Louisiana. Number 10, Peyton Kaiser, the 6'3" junior out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Number 11, Angok Anyang, the 6'9" freshman out of Adelaide, South Australia. Number 15, Cameron Woods, the 6'3" senior out of Texarkana, Texas. And number 22, your leading scorer, Jaden Hibbett, the 6'6" junior out of Woodridge, Virginia. Braves will come out in the retros today. It looks like they got the alternates with the goals. Ottawa on top, Braves on the bottom. A number in the middle in white, outlined in black on front and back with the Arrowhead logo on the side of the pants. It's probably one of my favorite jersey combos from them. They have the grays that are great. Believe those are road unis only. So you guys probably don't get to see them very often unless you tune into the opposing streams. We are ready to get this thing going. It'll be Angok Anyang the tip here for the Braves as they meet in the middle. Both teams have won 8 apiece in these 2 meetings, and we're underway. The Braves will win the tip. Kaiser in the corner. They get it down to Anyang, trying to set the tone quickly. Backing down, Bennett puts it up off the glass. AG gets it going early. Working inside out here to start here for the Braves. AG gets the first bucket. It's 2-0. Bennett dribble handoff to the top of the key, Henderson. Henderson on his right over to the near side. Here for Clardy. They want to get it down to Bennett. Here comes the screen on Henderson. Back to the top of the key. Driving in. Onto the elbow. Finds it down to Bennett. Bennett lost the handle on the way out. And it will be a big turnover for the Braves. Big bucket on one end. A good stop on the other. Braves lead 2-0. Buggage top of the left screen. Over to Kaiser. Down to Hibbett in the post. Along the baseline. You'll say he stepped out. Trying to work his way down there, but some great defense by Devin Carroll. Sophomore's got some big duty guarding the Braves leading scorer. Henderson on his left. Lays it off to Bennett. Back out for Henderson. Back down to Bennett. Got great inside leverage on Anyang and flushes it home. We have battle in the paint today. It looks like Bennett and Anyang. Kaiser driving in his left, pulls up, mid-range jumper, cashes it in. Big bucket for Kaiser. Get him rolling here quickly. Gives the Braves a 2-point lead once again, 4-2. 90 seconds have passed. We're at 18-30 in half number 1. Carroll off the screen, had it tipped away, but into the hands of Henderson to the far side. Quick trigger 3, top of the key. Nothing but net for Trayvon Dennis. The junior from Paris, Texas. This York's the lead, 5-4. Pivot to Woods, back to AG, top of the key. Buggage with a screen from Anyang, pulls up long 2. No good, hit it off the back iron. Clardy in transition. I'll back it up, reset the offense. Plunk the screen from Bennett. Clardy. Floater in the lane, pure from Cam Clardy. The mini run here, 5-0 for York. They lead 7-4. Woods with a screen from Anyang, pulls up from the elbow, misses short, airballed it. Well short. After the first couple of buckets, the Braves a little bit tough from the field. They made their first 2, and now are 0-2 on the next two. Bennett on the dribble handoff. Henderson, top of the key. Bennett again with the screen into the wing. Clardy going to pull up from three. This one no good. Anyang out for Bugage in transition. Bugage hangs in the air, takes the contact. Couldn't finish it. We'll go to the line for two. Dennis went right up with him. Dennis at 6'5". Good couple inches over the Braves guard DeAndre Bugage, who has him listed at 5'9". Down in Tabor, they had him listed at 5'4" in their program. I think someone must have mishandled the keyboard, because he is not 5'4". Second one up from Bugage is up and in. 7-6. Clardy denies the dribble handoff. They want to get it down to Bennett. Here's Henderson on the near side. Bennett, top of the key. Dribble handoff to Carroll. Carroll in the face of Hibbett is no good. Bugage got the board. Bugage, the burst of speed coming in. Takes it in the corner for Kaiser. Pulls up. Quick trigger, no good. But a good look there for the Braves. Into the corner here. York will start the offense. Clardy at the arrowhead. Walks it over to the far side. Pointing the shot clock. 16:30 remaining here at half number one. 7-6. York on top. Henderson driving in. Pulls up. Buries the mid-range jumper. York getting it going here. 4 of 6 from the field. Hibbett trying to respond himself. Let's take a quick shot. That one will miss. 9-6. Carroll driving baseline. Has the advantage. Left-hand floater. No good. Loose ball found with York. Down to Carroll again. Up and one. Going Peyton Kaiser. 11-6. Chance for the three-point play completion for the sophomore from Buffalo, Missouri. Formerly of the College of the Ozarks. He'll hit it. 5 of 8 are the Panthers. They lead by 6. Woods off the screen over to Hibbett. And off to Bugage. Bugage thought about a 3, but back down to Hibbett. Hibbett skip past. Kaiser going to pull up the 3 himself. And it's fouled on the three-point attempt. We'll go on Carroll. That'll be his first. The second team foul for the Panthers so far. We'll send Kaiser to the line. First one rattles out. Braves is a team 75% from the free throw line. Average 82 points per game. And 44% shooting and 35 from 3 as Kaiser misses the seconds. Ottawa top 50 at 48 in the country in points at 13 at 98. And 27th in the country in free throw percentage, though not putting their best foot forward here as Kaiser hits the anchor of the 3. 12-7 as AJ Hoff and Ricardo Zambrano come to the scorer's table. Bennett backing down Anyang. Puts it up, blocked by Anyang. Stood him up. Woods in transition. We're backing up Bugage. Out about a 3, jumping right at Carroll. Bugage down to Anyang. Anyang puts it down, hangs in the air. Wanted the foul, didn't get it. Still a loose ball. It's come out for Clardy. Clardy for Carroll. Carroll on the wing for 3. Rattled out. Kaiser, AG, top of the key, directing traffic. Bugage drives in. Hibbett, yes. On the left hands. Hibbett gets his first bucket of the game. 3 Braves into the scorebook so far. Kaiser leading the way with 3. Bennett on a handoff to Henderson. Henderson stepping back, not about a jumper, but swings it around. Carroll. Pump fake, back out for Clardy. Watch it tick down to 10. Bennett with 10. Bennett has it taken away by Bugage. Buckage in transition. It's 5-on-4 for the time being. Lob up for Woods. Couldn't keep the handle. (12-9), 14-32. Woods and Kaiser check out. A.J. Hoff, a sophomore from Milton, Florida, will check in. And Ricardo Zambrano, the senior from Albuquerque, New Mexico, providing some offense off of the bench. Hoff has done a great job this season coming off the bench along with Zambrano. But we talked about Zambrano last year. This is Hoff's first kind of year coming off the bench. And speaking of good offensive production, Jalen Henderson, off of his screen, will get the look to go. It's 14-9. Hoff off the screen. And some trouble down to Hibbett. Hibbett faces up, pulls up, mid-range two, another one. 4 for Jaden Hibbett. He's 2 of 3 from the field. Down to a 3-point lead. Over onto the corner, 14-11. Henderson. Looked up by Hoff, over for Clardy. Clardy in front of us, the scorer's table. Out for Mayfield. Mayfield handoff for Dennis, who toilet bowls with a 3-ball in. Second made 3 this evening as we see Buckage take one quickly. That one will rattle off. Fight for the board. Tipped out by Hoff. Zambrano's got it. Back out to Buckage. Hoff gets it. Calling for a screen from Mannion. Gets it onto his left. Hoff driving in. Hangs in the air. Missed off of the back iron, but Buckage will try to save it. It's tipped out. It will be off of Salvador Fernandez. We get some more subs to come in. At Emil Fields, the senior from Hayward, California. And the big Dutchman, Hito Kloppenmaker, the sophomore from the Netherlands. A check-in for Hibbett and AG. 17-11. Braves get a reset after the ball tipped out of bounds on the rebound. Buckage down to Hoff. Posting up, out for Zambrano. Out for Fields. For Buckage. Buckage with 5. Buckage trying to go to the basket with 2. Buckage, Euro step, put it up and in. What a use of space creation from DeAndre Buckage. The shot clock expiring, cuts it down to 4. Off the dribble handoff, Glover into the corner for Mayfield. Mayfield driving again, has to get right back out. For Glover now, near side, pulls up long 2. Back iron, rebounds. Finally recovered by the Braves. Buckage on the screen on his left. Skip pass. Zambrano, quick trigger, pulls up, nothing but net for Ricky. Right back into this game. Ricardo Zambrano, his first bucket of the game was a big 3. Cuts it down to 1. 17-16, 12:08 remaining here in the first half. It's getting loud here in the Wilson. Henderson hangs in the air. He can't get it to go. Kloppenmaker gets the board out for Buckage. Don't want to let the Wilson get into this if you're York to really be at home court advantage. Zambrano for Buckage in the corner. Skip pass, Hoff. Hoff going to pull up on the other corner. Good! Big 3 for A.J. Hoff and the Braves. One of the better three-point shooting teams finally get it cooking. 19-17. Back in 30 seconds in the Wilson Fieldhouse. 11:42 remaining on KOFO.
Having a bench jeweler who can repair your fine jewelry is one of the best reasons to go to Sutton's Jewelry. Your precious gems never leave their location. Phil Sutton has more than 40 years of experience at the jewelry bench, working on sizing, customizing, setting, and resetting gemstones and diamonds. Your jewelry is always safe and treated with love because Phil doesn't rush his work. He takes care of your fine jewelry as if it were his own. Stop by today at 213 South Main and see why you've got it made at Sutton's Jewelry.
8-0 the run for the Braves. 19-17, 11:42 remaining. Moved it all the way back from what was a 6-point lead for York. It was 17-11. That's 8-0 run has made it 19-17. York throws in the last 2 minutes of in-game time. Mayfield over to Glover. Glover to Bennett. Bennett on the elbow, dribble handoff. Into this near side corner, pulling up Leaks for 3. No good. AG trying to fight for the board. A whistle underneath. They're going to get Bennett on the shove underneath the basket. There's some of the better rebounding teams in the country as well. 23rd in the country in total rebounds per game, 41.5. So tick down to 11-10 remaining. Hoff receives it. Triple threat, moves it around his defender, tries to find AG. Still a loose ball. Fields got it. Out for Buggage. Out to Zambrano. Where we set the offense here, Zambrano. Big skip pass for Fields. So it's 10. Out for Buggage. We see them working in the shot clock here. Buggage 5, 4. Buggage step back jumper for 2. Another one. DeAndre Buggage with 6. Doesn't matter what the shot clock says. DeAndre Buggage has a chance to make points. Bennett on the dribble handoff. Mayfield into the corner. Quick trigger for 3. Fernandez is up and in. Salvador Fernandez, his first bucket to the game. Cuts it down to 1. 21-20 along the baseline. Hoff lays it up and in. Good find from DeAndre Buggage, who's in amongst the trees. Saw his man cutting along the baseline. And a good bucket for A.J. Hoff. He's got 5, 23-20. Down to 10:05 remaining. Leaks will walk it across half courts. U.J. Leaks onto his right. Dribble handoff here to Glover. And it poked away momentarily by Hoff. Hoff has been a defensive menace over the last couple of games for the Braves. Into the corner. Skip pass for 3. No good. Hoff's got it. Look at the mark quickly here in transition. Hoff for Buggage in the corner. Stops, pops for 3. Toilet pulled out. 23-20. Fernandez across half court onto his left hand, driving in, kicks it out. Ball swung around to the top of the key for Glover. Glover going to pull up in the face of Fields and knocked it down. 23 apiece. 9.5 to play. And Yang going to try his shot from 3. Missed off the right rim. Buggage couldn't recover it off of the rim. It's right into the student section over there, the den, the Beaver Den. Or Otter Den, I should say. 9 minutes 20. 23-23 here in half number 1. And a game we thought would be relatively close between two teams that have kept it even in the season series or the career series. Glover again going to pull from 3. Another one. 26-23. Glover's got 6 himself. Buggage for Hoff in the corner. Down to Anyang. Anyang spinning baseline. Goes up and is fouled. It'll be another one on Bennett. That's been just his seconds. About the double on AG. Salvador Fernandez, I believe, came along the baseline. Trying to take a charge. Didn't get the whistle. And it'll be Anyang at the line for 2. First one up will get off the back iron. The Braves 3 of 6 now from the free throw line. AJ Hoff will check out. Kaiser back in. So your starting 5 back out there for the Braves. Minus Buggage. Fields, Kaiser, Anyang, Hivitz, and Woods. And the second one from AG rattles off. Clarney back in for York. Dribble handoff. Glover going to pull up again for a 3. Check. Oh, my goodness. When it's your night, it's your night. They hit off the front, bounce high, off the back off the front, and then finally dropped. 29-23. Hibbett steps through. Misses, gets his own rebound. Fighting in the lane, puts it up. No good, or rather banks it in. He was calling for the foul. It hit him in the face. He's holding on to his eye. 29-25. Glover onto his right. Pulls up. Jumper. No good. Another look for York. No good. They deny the second chance opportunity. Fields in transition. Driving in. A lot of contact. Finally gets a foul. Barney and head coach Tree Burks not happy with that call. And we'll send Emil Fields to the line for 2. Fields' first trip to the line will be the second on Dennis. That one's in. Chance to cut this down to 2 for Fields with 8:04 to play. Buggage to the scores table will check in. So Fields hits them both. Exits the game with 2. And Buggage back in the Braves. One of the Braves' leading scorers is Hibbett also with 6. Hibbett about 20 points per game. Buggage around 18 points per game. Henderson skips for Clardy. Clardy driving right at Buggage. In the lane, and some trouble, backs it out for Fernandez. For Clardy. Clardy, top of the key, driving in. Lays it up, no good off the glass with a putback on the backside by Devondre Mayfield. Nobody knocks out the man on the back ends. They'll put up an easy one, 31-27. Kaiser spinning on Fernandez. Step back. Boston swinging around. Spanier. Skip pass out for Woods. Woods for 3. Missed it off missed everything. Actually, that was an air ball. Henderson for Clardy. They're sagging off from daring him to shoot. Mayfield's trading it off, finds Glover. Glover back to Mayfield's. It's taken away. It's stolen. Kaiser in transition. Puts the dribble down. Pulls up for 3. Can't get it to go. Hibbett fighting for the board. Tie up. And it will go York possession arrow. Good effort there. Hibbett switching the arrow back the other way. 31-27. 6:45. Clardy. Around on the handoff, Henderson. Henderson pulls up for 3. Missed the rim entirely to the right. Hibbett in transition. Lost the handle on his way in. Clardy and Fernandez combined to keep the ball out of his hands. Ball's taken away by Woods, killing the other way. Woods rises up, lays it in. Wanted a foul on Mayfield, but we'll take the bucket anyway. It's down to a 2-point game. Last lead for the Braves. It's about 3 minutes ago. They led 23-20 to 31-29 now. Clardy, Fernandez. Fernandez onto his left, spinning. Out for Clardy, pulls up for 3. Buries it. Nothing but net for Clardy. The UTEP transfer. Swinging around Kaiser. Kaiser lays it up off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down. Here goes York in transition. The Panthers to Fernandez. Fernandez along the baseline. Tried to find a cutting man, but had nobody there. Kaiser working in fast break as well. Up and under, no good. He's down on the floor. It's 5-on-4 for the time being. Glover going to pull up from a long 2. He'll hit. Glover, the leading scorer, leading all scorers with 8 after that bucket. 30-second timeout taken by the Braves, 36-29. Back in 30 seconds here on KOFO.
Get to know your technicians at All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating.
My name is Aaron Cox, and I am an installer/service technician at All Seasons Heating and Cooling.
How do you practice good customer service?
Try to respect their space and their home. Make sure you don't get their floors all dirty, wear shoe covers, and make sure you don't tear up their home or leave a bad impression. Being able to help them when they're happy and satisfied with the job being done correctly, it makes you feel good.
For your AC, heating, and now plumbing needs, call All Seasons at 8888 Airman, keeping you comfortable in all seasons.
In the Wilson Fieldhouse, 29-36. 5:24 remaining here in this one. Mentioned Glover leading the way, leading all scorers with 8 to the Braves. Ball out of bounds. They're going to find themselves back to what was a 2-point, a 1-point game. The Braves even led to the 9-minute mark. Hoff, who's back in for the Braves, stops the free throw line. Back down to AG. AG, they bring the double. He spins around the double. The baby hook is too long and off the back iron. Under 5, 4:55 remaining. Mayfield. Little handoff for Carroll. for Leaks. Now for Henderson, trying to back down Hibbett. Henderson in some trouble. Back out, let's swing it around. Clardy with 9. Clardy pulls up in the face of Buggage. No good. AJ Hawk gets the rebounds. Out for Buggage in transition. Buggage go right at Clardy, lays it up. Missed off the front rim. He's trying to draw some contact. Buggage is a guy that's going to make you make mistakes on defense and foul him a lot. He goes to the line quite a bit. Leaks driving it on Anyang and a foul committed underneath. Going to go on AG. The Panthers to inbound along the baseline, 20 on the shot clock. Carroll pulls up right off the inbound, missed short, but nobody boxing out Clardy. Clardy to Henderson from the logo, strike it. Wow. 39-29 after the big shot from Henderson. 60-second timeout taken by the Braves. Back in 60 seconds here on KOFO.
Hey, pet lovers, welcome to the new year. January is the perfect time to show your pet some extra love and attention. At Ottawa Veterinary Hospital, their experienced veterinarians are there to provide comprehensive care for your pets. Call and schedule a wellness checkup for your pet today. 785-242-3538.
I'm John Newhouse of Newco Concrete. From our first contact with you to the cleanup when we're done, you'll find our staff and crew to be professional, respectful, and reliable. That's the only way we do business at Newco Concrete.
Visit online at newcoconcrete.com.
Back here in the Wilson, Blake Griffin for KOFO Sports. In the break, dance team trying to get the Braves energized as the Wilson is kind of package. We've seen it in quite some time. I think the women's basketball post, they said it was 61 days without the students. Here at the Wilson, it felt like a lifetime. It's so good to see the Wilson packed. Nothing like Wilson Field House when it's got students in it and it's loud and it's hard to hear. But the Braves got to cut this down. They want the support behind them. 39-29. It was a quite the loud game to start when the Braves were battling back and forth for the lead. But a little bit quieter coming out of the last couple of minutes. Buggage off of the timeout. Floater, he'll bury it. So good getting into the lane. Ends a York 8-0 run. A 2.5-minute scoreless streak for the Braves. DJ Leaks gets it off. Dribbles off to Mayfield. Clardy back to the top. Henderson will reset the offense with 15. Calls for a screen, gets the screen onto his left. Clardy driving baseline, slips and walked with it. Make sure they have to mop up that spot down there. Up for the jump stop and lost both the feet. Went right down onto his backside. Buggage off the double screen. Taking into the corner for Hoff. Hoff driving baseline, back out Buggage. Buggage drives in, hangs in the air, lays it in, drops. Count it. Another one for Andre Buggage. He's got 10. 4 of 8 from the field. Leaks. Guarded by Hoff. Calls for a screen. Gets the screen. Carroll on the skip pass back to Mayfield. Bounce pass down in the low block. Trying to back down Woods. To the top for Clardy. Clardy with a head of steam. Blocked by Anyang. Maybe just a touch blocked, but for Hibbett in the corner. Quickly, bang, another one for the Braves. That's how you cut a lead down. Run responded with a run of their own. 39-36, 30-second timeout. Back in 30 seconds on KOFO.
Quality Structures is helping you build the rural American dream today. No more some days. Whether you're wanting a garage for your toys, a riding arena for your horses, or storage for your equipment, Quality Structures is there. Visit Quality Structures in Richmond or online at qualitystructures.com.
We're taking 2024 off. Well, off your bill now through the month of February with any major mechanical repairs or purchase of new tires. Beanie's Body Shop and Repair will take $20.24 off your bill. 785-242-4082.
The Braves respond with an 8-0 run with a 7-0 run of their own. That could lead back down 39-36. 2:45 remaining. David hits his first triple tonight. The Braves are 3 of 9 from 3. York 8 of 17. As a backdoor cut from Henderson. Got him in the air. 2 Braves in the area. Couldn't get a hand on the ball. Henderson drops it in. 41-36. Back to 5. Buggage. Calling to set the offense here. The screen on the left from Anyang. Buggage. Skip pass in the corner. Hoff for 3. No good. Good look there from the Rays. They've got a couple decent looks at it from downtown. This York has been shooting the lights out from 3, 47%. They've hit 8 3-pointers. Half of their shots have been from downtown. Henderson pulls up. Buries a long range 2. 41-36. They say basketball's a game of runs. This is that and more as both teams continue to go on runs back and forth. Woods splits defenders but kicks it right back out to Buggage. 18 seconds on the shot clock. 1:38 remaining. Buggage onto his right. Double screen. Drives in the lane. Hangs in the air. Hits the floater. Drops it down. He's got 12. 43-38. 90 seconds left. Henderson off the screen. Calls for it again. Gets it from Mayfield. Mayfield driving in. Then we have foul call underneath. And Yang sent it away with some force, but we get a foul before the mammoth block. We'll send Mayfield to the line for 2. The junior from Fort Worth, Texas. Will hit his first. Fields back in for Woods. Chance to move this to 7. Mayfield with 3 points so far. Like that 4. 45-38. Just over 60 seconds left. 1:10 remaining. And half number 1. Anyang. Out to Hoff on the wing. Hoff down to Hibbett in the post. Hibbett's with a double team. Skip past Fields. One more to Buggage. Gonna pull up in the face of Henderson from deep. Couldn't get it to go, but the Braves will grab the offensive rebound. Hoff's got it. Out for Buggage. Down to 15 on the shot clock. And a call for the screen. Reset. Now it's 10. Buggage with a double screen. Driving towards the lane with 6. Back out Fields. Fields driving baseline with 4. Fields in some trouble along the baseline. Got around his defender and got it up. Put Fernandez in the spin cycle. He didn't know where he was. Shrugging the shoulders like, where'd he go? 45-40. Just about even on the shot clock and game clock. Maybe a 0.2 separating. Leaks. In some trouble. Gets it out Fernandez. Fernandez with 10. Fernandez picks it back out for Leaks. Leaks with 6. Leaks with 4. Leaks still in some trouble around the 3-point line. Out to Carroll. Carroll on a logo. Didn't get it off. And that's going to end the half. They're going to look at it, and we'll determine whether or not. But I don't think he got that off in time. 45-40. We are going to go to break here momentarily. We're going to keep it here and see what the ruling is. And it's no good. So just as we thought, the bucket will not count. And the Braves will go into the break 45-40. They put 15 on the clock. We're going to take a break here from the Wilson Fieldhouse. You're listening to us on KOFO.
Given the climate of higher education today, when other small colleges and institutions look at you as the standard, you know you're doing it right. And that's Ottawa University, where you get personalized learning through dynamic programs, cutting-edge facilities, a diverse community on campus, career guidance, and affordable tuition. At Ottawa University, excellence isn't just a goal, it's the standard. Find out more about how Ottawa University can prepare you for a life of significance by visiting ottawa.edu.
At CarStar Ottawa, we offer comprehensive auto body services from repairing minor dents and dings to restoring your vehicle to pre-accident condition. CarStar Ottawa, 402 North Main Street. Relax, we'll take it from here.
Kansas State Bank supports the hometown team because when you visit Kansas State Bank, you're banking with hometown people you know, with convenient drive-through hours, loan officers with decades of experience, and their new digital banking suite. Find out more at mykansasstatebank.com. Member FDIC.
Looking for a better rate of return on your savings? Arvest Bank is ready to help with great rates on certificates of deposit. You can earn 5% APY on a 7-month CD or 5.25% APY on a 14-month CD with a minimum deposit of just $1,000. And it's easy to get started. Stop by any one of Arvest's over 200 branch locations to open your account. Other rates and terms are available. Arvest Bank, member FDIC.
This is Walt Dangle of Dangle & Son Mortuary. Our desire is to provide the very best in funeral service. Our commitment has helped us reach that goal. We will always strive to reach higher. This is Dangle & Son Mortuary, setting the standard for funeral service.
Advent Health Ottawa reminds you that whether you're traveling across town or out of town to watch your favorite teams play, be aware of winter weather conditions. Be sure to keep a winter survival kit in your vehicle and always have a blanket, gloves, and hats available if you need them. Be safe and enjoy the games and the winter weather season. A reminder from Advent Health Ottawa, where nothing is more important than you.
Back here in the Wilson Fieldhouse, Blake Griffin for the KOFO Sports and the Braves Sports Network. Welcome back into this one. As Braves have chipped away. 45-40 is your score. Lead as much as 10 for the Panthers. The Braves only led by 4. Their last lead was 10.5 minutes of game time ago. They led 23-20 with 9:35 remaining in the first half. So actually that would have been 9.5 minutes ago. I promise I can do math. I'm a comm major, but I promise I can do. I got my 2s and my 3s and my 6s and my 7s not locked down. But at the halftime break, DeAndre Bogusch leading the way, leading all scorers with 12 on 50% shooting. Has not made a 3 this evening, as the Braves, who are normally a pretty good 3-point shooting team, have not really connected in this one. They average about 8.9 threes per game for 40th in the country, or 39th, that is. So just a little bit odd that they haven't caught fire just yet, especially with how hot we saw the women's team from 3. Thought that surely would carry over into this men's game. I definitely carried over for York. They've hit 8 threes. They're 8 of 17 from 3, shooting 51% from the field. Just comes down to York getting better shots, hitting better shots here down the stretch. It's only a 5-point deficit, so not out of hands whatsoever. But the Braves going to have some work to do when they come back into the start of the second half. We mentioned the Braves sits a game behind Evangel at 6-5. Everybody trying to chase down the 2 top dogs currently at Oakwoo and Kansas Wesleyan. Haven't seen if there's a new KCAC poll yet, or NAIA poll, a national rankings poll, because Southwestern dropped 2 after they got ranked 6th in the country. Oklahoma Wesleyan, I believe, was around 8 or 9, possibly even 11 when the last ranking came out. And the Braves are going to play them next Saturday. So actually not next Saturday. Next Saturday should be Sterling, if I'm not mistaken, unless it got taken off the schedule. I got to find out. Let me look at the women's schedule, because the one I have in front of me is the men's schedule, and surely it would be the same. Let me double check that for you. I was wondering why there was no game. It just seemed like the 31st was not the correct time to have another game. Yeah, Sterling next Saturday. So it's not on the men's schedule, but I am 99% certain that they'll go down there and play Sterling next Saturday. So as they start their second trip around the KCAC, mentioned you only play a couple of the teams one time. You only play Southwestern once, Tabor once, York once, and Avila once. A little unfortunately, only play Avila once. I would have traded that for one of the longer drives, as Avila is just about 45, 50 minutes down the road in Kansas City, Missouri. So traded that for like a Bethel or or a Bethany or something. Don't want to go down to Central Kansas or even Oklahoma Wesleyan, but nevertheless, being Avila on Wednesday, being Sterling down in Sterling, Kansas on Saturday. That'll be a long trip as well, and then back on Wednesday against Oklahoma Wesleyan, which will be a fun one. If you have a chance to get down here and see them on that Wednesday on the 31st of January, you're not going to want to miss it. That's always a good game between these two teams in the Wilson, no matter what Oklahoma Wesleyan's ranked. We got 8.5 minutes left in this halftime break. We're going to take a break here on KOFO. You're listening to men's basketball here at the halftime break, 45-40 on KOFO.
As members of the KCAC and NAIA, Ottawa University Sports has been a home of champions for decades. But a student-athlete at Ottawa University doesn't just come upon the success on their own. It takes dedication and desire to create a champion, and that starts with coaches, managers, and trainers. It takes an entire staff of sports information experts to share the success with everyone else. And it takes you, the fan, to cheer loud and proud for your Ottawa University Braves. Catch a game, match, or event on campus soon. For all of the full Brave season schedules, visit OttawaBraves.com.
Throughout every community in Kansas, you find hardworking people who make our state better each day. They bring their absolute best to everything they do, determined to reach their full potential and make life better not only for themselves, but for every citizen in Kansas. They are the soldiers of the Kansas Army National Guard, proudly serving part-time in their home state. When storms, floods, or wildfires tear through the state, the Kansas Army National Guard is there to help Kansans stay safe and help communities recover. Their service also provides them a chance to further their education with 100% state tuition assistance, low-cost health insurance, and leadership skills that will help them succeed. All of this comes from their part-time service, leaving them plenty of time to enjoy life with their family and friends. Learn more about service with the Kansas Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/KS. Sponsored by the Kansas Army National Guard, aired by the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Ottawa University and the City of Ottawa invite you to share in a special celebration of the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Guest speaker Dr. Anthony Lewis, adjunct professor and member of the Commission on Racial Equality and Justice, will expound upon the life, times, and remarkable legacy of Dr. King. Pastors from several local churches will also speak, and awards will be presented to the winners of the annual Martin Luther King Jr. Essay Contest. Make time for this noteworthy event tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the Ottawa Memorial Auditorium.
Welcome back to the Wilson Fieldhouse, the halftime break. 45-40, about 6 minutes remaining here in halftime as we look around the KCAC, try to find you some scores with the other games that were going on around our time. Southwestern playing host to Evangel, and Bethany playing host to Avila would be the only other two games that are currently going on in the men's worlds, as the women's games will be going on for that one. Just scroll down, trying to find it. KCAC games are always at the bottom of the scoreboard, and I know we're not, we got some ranked teams in this conference. How about Presto put this a little bit higher in the scoreboard, so I don't have to scroll down so far and try to find out all these games. Well, there's our game. Trying to find some other games. 86-78 final. Southwestern is able to defeat Evangel. That's a closer game than a couple people thought they would get down there. Avila on top of Bethany. That's an interesting one in the men's world. Avila at 1-10 in the KCAC. They just won 2 games in total. Look at the takedown Bethany. Who also find themselves down to the bottom of the KCAC. They're 2-9 and just 3 wins overall. So an interesting. You don't want to call them. Anybody can win any game at the end of the night, but those are in the any team can win any game in the KCAC is what we found out. But those teams they've struggled over this year, and it's been unfortunate because both those teams have been pretty good in the past. And other than that, everybody else seems to be in the hunts for this 8th spot. They sit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 would be Bethel at 5-6. Tabor right behind them, tied at 5-6. Then York here at 4-6. Then Friends to go down. But we got about 4 minutes away from second half action on this one. We're going to take a break. You're listening to us on KOFO and the Braves Sports Network.
There's something for everyone at Primetime Grill. Burgers, salads, sandwiches, entrees, all the best tasting and delicious Kansas cuisine. Enjoy the full-service bar, exceptional service, one-of-a-kind atmosphere with so many screens you'll know why they say, when it's game time, it's Primetime. Primetime Grill in South Ottawa, open 7 days a week.
Learning to work as part of a team is a trait that not only benefits students and athletes now, but can help them as leaders of tomorrow. This is Eric Price, funeral director and owner of Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Homes, proud to sponsor this sports broadcast on KOFO. Visit lamb-roberts.com.
Given the climate of higher education today, when other small colleges and institutions look at you as the standard, you know you're doing it right. And that's Ottawa University, where you get personalized learning through dynamic programs, cutting-edge facilities, a diverse community on campus, career guidance, and affordable tuition. At Ottawa University, excellence isn't just a goal, it's the standard. Find out more about how Ottawa University can prepare you for a life of significance by visiting ottawa.edu.
Looking for a better rate of return on your savings? Arvest Bank is ready to help with great rates on certificates of deposit. You can earn 5% APY on a 7-month CD or 5.25% APY on a 14-month CD with a minimum deposit of just $1,000. And it's easy to get started. Stop by any one of Arvest's over 200 branch locations to open your account. Other rates and terms are available. Arvest Bank, member FDIC.
To most people, being a DJ means getting paid to play music and sing a few words. That's actually not too far off. But if you're just thrown into it without years of experience, it could be difficult. We'll find out when we let local businessmen and women play DJ as biz jockeys Friday, January 26th. Each gets an hour to play their own tunes, say their own words, and realize that being a disc jockey is much like being a rocket surgeon or a brain scientist. Be listening for your favorite biz jockey Friday, January 26th on the only station willing to let business owners take the mic without a delay button. What do we think? KOFO.
Back here in the Wilson Fieldhouse, I'm Blake Griffin at the halftime break, 45-40. It's about 90 seconds away from second half action. Two teams, as we mentioned, that have gone toe-to-toe over their 16 meetings going all the way back to 2001. Each team has won 8, so not much, if anything, to separate these two teams historically. York on a 2-game winning streak against the Braves. They won both the games last year. As York was one of the teams that had to play twice last year. I did not get up there and cover that game last year, and I was thankful for it. I think they spent the night up there, and I had school, so I couldn't be staying in a hotel up there in Nebraska. You know, I love this job, and it gives me an opportunity to travel. But there's just some places that I think I'm okay not going to. It's a 4-hour drive, as we mentioned, to get up there. It's the longest I think we have in the KCAC. Bartlesville's close, 3.5 hours ish down to get there to Oklahoma Wesleyan. But it's just a normal drive down, like if you want to Tulsa. You get there before you get to Tulsa, so it's not as boring. But we are ready to get this thing underway. 45-40. 20 minutes on the clock. We are ready to roll. Here from Ottawa. Kaiser with Hibbett. Look to get him going here in the second half. Hibbett pulls up, jumper, can't get it to fall. Buggage, we mentioned, leading the way. All scorers with 12. Hibbett got only 9. Bennett, top of the key, to this near side. That's some trouble out to Henderson. Henderson going to get a screen here from Bennett. They switch momentarily out for Clardy. Clardy with 7. Clardy going right at Bucket. Clardy on his left hand over the top of Anyang. Couldn't get it to fall. Loose ball still being fought for. Get the outlet pass to Anyang over here to Buggage. Buggage, step back over to Hibbett. Hibbett at the free throw line into the paints. Out to Kaiser. Kaiser driving in. Out of the wing, out for Anyang. Anyang looking to dish it off. Finds Kaiser once again. Kaiser with 10. Pulls up just a little bit past the free throw line. Can't get it to fall. That is the one thing that we didn't want here for the Braves, for them to come out shooting cold. Luggage. Out for Kaiser. Kaiser to Woods. Down to Anyang. Anyang back out. They swing it around to Buggage with 10. Buggage, we've seen him work at the end of the shot clock a couple times here in that first half. Buggage behind his back. Buggage with 3. Driving in, had it taken away. Carroll's got it. And travel. You go to the ground and you roll onto the back. Coach Burks wanted the foul before, but didn't get it. Braves will inbounds. Kaiser here to the near side on the corner. Driving towards the baseline. Kaiser skip pass for one more to Buggage in the corner. Buggage with 7. Skip past Kaiser. Kaiser puts on the floor out for Woods. Woods pulling up for 3 under the shot clock. Rattled out. 45-40. Both teams scoreless in the first 2.5 minutes. So take down to 17-45. Clardy out for Henderson. 12 on the shot clock. With 10 now. Henderson getting around Kaiser. Gets the screen, pulls up for the mid-range, misses short. Both teams frigid from the fields. Woods out for Buggage. Thought about a 3. Gets his men in the air. Drives towards the basket. Out for Hibbett. Hibbett back out. Buggage. Buggage gets his man in the air. Step back jumper. Going to pull up from long 2. No good. Again, nobody able to get anything to go. Coming up on 3 minutes of no baskets. Bennett, Clardy. We'll back it up. Move it around. Back down to Bennett. And a foul underneath. So it's going to go on Anyang. Got a big battle down the low block between those two guys. Two big forces. Clardy will get it in quickly. We want to work it down to Bennett. Henderson on the near side, back to the top of the key. Shot from 3. Nothing but net from Trayvon Dennis. First bucket of the half for either team comes about 3.5 minutes in. 16-40, Hibbett. Hibbett driving to the left. Plays it up. Be fouled on his way up. Woods with the putback, but after the foul. Hibbett, first trip to the line this evening. Gets in the double digits with 10. He comes into this game averaging 20.8, second leading scorer in the conference. Second one is good, 42-48. It's back down to a 6-point lead for York. Guys are trying to get everybody fired up on the courts. 48-42, 16.5 to play. Clardy directing traffic. Carroll, quick trigger on the 3, missed everything on the air ball. Buggage, Kaiser, moving quickly, driving baseline. Him and Woods on the same page. He's trying to lay it off. Get off. Come check in for Kaiser. 6-point game down to 16 minutes. We go. He's got a big run here. Step back Henderson for three. Misses short. Bennett's going to get called for a foul here. They have him over the top of Anyang. They collected the board, but the official said he went over the top of him. And Bennett going to have to come out of the game with three. With Andre Mayfield. Check in for York. Well, good job of the inbound. Walking it across half court near side here. And Yang. Over here, Buggage. Buggage on his left hand. Lays it up in the lane. Through some contact, no good. Buggage quickly springs up off of the hardwood, coming back it down. It's 5-on-4, and Dennis makes him pay. Catches it in from three. Another one for Trayvon Dennis. He's got 12. And Yang, top of the key. Off for Hoff. Hoff down to Hibbets. Hibbets skip pass, picked off. They wanted to find Buggage in the corner. 51-42. Dennis again. Couldn't get it to go. They keep feeding them. That was a heat check right there. Off, Hibbett. In transition, step back Buggage. Gonna pull up from a long two. This is Shorts. Rebound comes right back out to him. Hoff. Swings it back to Hibbets. Pulls up from the corner. Again misses. Loose ball tipped around in the hands of Carroll. York coming the other way. 9-point game. The Braves are as cold as you can get. Just made one bucket this entire quarter. Carroll on the drive in the lane, has it stripped away. Buggage over to Woods in transition. Gets fouled on the way up. Took contact from a couple of players. That was Henderson and Dennis, but it will go on Dennis. Will be his third. And send Cameron Woods to the line for two. Goes back to the line 11 times, or for 11 free throws before this trip for Woods. His first two attempts of the evening. Second one in from Cam Woods. Emil Fields will check in for Woods, who will go to the bench with three. (51-44), 14:20 remaining. We're from the Wilson Fieldhouse. Braves need some offense to get the crowd back into it. That won't do it. Clardy buries it. Another three made by York. Their 11th triple of the night. Braves have made just three. They average 9 a game. Buggage. Out for Hibbets. There for Fields. Down to Anyang. Anyang. Skip past the Hoff. Was barely able to save it from the backcourt. Down to 10 with Fields. Fields spinning in the lane. Lays it up off the glass too hard. Ball underneath. We might see what happened. It's going to be a foul on Hibbett. Will be his first. Second team foul for the Braves in the half. 3 for York. Henderson. Move it over for Fernandez. Fernandez. And another quick one on Hibbets. We'll see what's all giving his 2 cents to the official. Henderson. Out for Glover. Glover stretching it for 2. Buries it. Glover with 13 now. He's got it working. Got a great job early in that first half. Hit a couple of threes. Out for Hibbets. Fields. Puts it on the floor. Hands it off to Buggage. Buggage down to Anyang. Anyang with the double. Over to Hoff. Hoff Thought about a three over to Hibbett. Hibbett with 8. Now to Buggage. Buggage with the logo with 5. Buggage pulls up for 3. End of the shot clock, no good. Fields with the rebound. He fouled on his putback. It's going to go on Henderson. It will be his second. Team's 4th. And Zenabille fields the line for 2. First one up and in. Fields. Before these 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Proper maker in for AG. Braves trailed by 11. Largest lead was 12, but it previously was. Fields second is going to miss Shorts. Fernandez gets the board. Out for Clardy, and it's York coming the other way. 56-45, under 13 to play, 12-50. Glover off of the screen, driving right. And the chest of Fields, lays it up, it's blocked. Fields in transition, lost the handle. Gets to Hibbett. Hibbett lays it up and in. Fernandez is trying to take a charge. Good by Hibbett, too soft around him. So able to put it up and in, 56-47. Under 10, Hernandez. Or pardon me, Anderson. Anderson spinning around, post shot. This is short. They've been out to Buggage. Buggage trying to push the issue here for the Braves. Buggage. And right at Clardy. Fishing along the baseline. Fouled on his drive by Clardy. Kind of cutting A.J. Huff, who slams it down anyway. The Braves will have it underneath the basket. Buggage day inbounds. Get it in. Hibbett out to Buggage. Shot from 3. Can't get it to go. A fight for the offensive board in the hands of Fernandez. Out to Clardy. Under 10. 9-point lead. Clardy looking quickly on Buggage. Gets right past him. Fields. Quickly. Lays it up. Blocked. The Braves will inbound underneath. 11:55. 26 on the shot clock. 11-point lead for York. They get in the half. Out for Fields. Going to pull up for 3. Misses Shorts. And back out for Clardy. 58-47 Clardy. Hand off. Leaks. Had it tipped down of him. Deflected out. Pocket picked, but out into the York bench. It will stay York basketball. Clardy diving in, lays it up, can't get it to go. Coach Burks wanted a foul, didn't get it. Buggage in transition, lays it up off the glass and in. Fernandez hits the floor. Let's see what happened to him. He's up quickly, springboarded off the hardwood. Glover driving baseline. Goes right into Kloppenmaker, puts it in and 1. It's going to go on Hito. It'll be Anyang to check back in for the Braves. 60-49. 11-point lead for York. Just about 9 minutes have passed here at half number 2. And one opportunity will miss off the front iron. Buggage on his left. Diving in, kicks it out of the wing. Over here, Fields back down to Anyang. Anyang, they bring the double. Anyang for Hibbett. Hibbett lost the ball. Transition leaks. Leaks trying to get past Fields along the baseline. No good. Buggage got it. Loose ball, but double team had it stripped away. 60-49. Took down to 10.5 to play at the end of the shot clock. Leaks off of the screen, driving in. Laid it off to Mayfield. Fouled on its way up. Oh, never mind, jump ball. So a jump ball will keep York in possession. Started inbound into Glover. Glover driving left into the lane, goes up and is fouled. Missed the lane, so it'll be 2 shots. And timeout going to be taken by Coach Sue with all the Braves. 11-point lead for York, 60-49. 10:28 remaining, back in 60 seconds here in Ottawa on KOFO.
This is Walt Dangle of Dangle & Son Mortuary. Our desire is to provide the very best in funeral service. Our commitment has helped us reach that goal. We will always strive to reach higher. This is Dangle & Son Mortuary, setting the standard for funeral service.
Advent Health Ottawa reminds you that whether you're traveling across town or out of town to watch your favorite teams play, be aware of winter weather conditions. Be sure to keep a winter survival kit in your vehicle and always have a blanket, gloves, and hats available if you need them. Be safe and enjoy the games and the winter weather season. A reminder from Advent Health Ottawa, where nothing is more important than you.
Learning to work as part of a team is a trait that not only benefits students and athletes now, but can help them as leaders of tomorrow. This is Eric Price, funeral director and owner of Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Homes, proud to sponsor this sports broadcast on KOFO. Visit lamb-roberts.com.
There's something for everyone at Primetime Grill. Burgers, salads, sandwiches, entrees, all the best tasting and delicious Kansas cuisine. Enjoy the full-service bar, exceptional service, one-of-a-kind atmosphere with so many screens you'll know why they say, when it's game time, it's prime time. Primetime Grill in South Ottawa, open 7 days a week.
Back here in the Wilson, Coach Liebenthal trying to rally the troops here. About halfway through this second half. 10 minutes, 28 to go. 60-49. We'll be at the free throw line here. Glover at the line, leading all scorers with 15. His second trip to the line, he missed a and one opportunity earlier. That will sink this one. .47, almost 48% from the fields for York. 45% from three. They've been 11 of 24. The Braves 37.5% from the field, 17% from three. Buggage gets around one, drives in the lane, lays it up, and in. Was trying to draw the foul as well. Slowed up just a touch to try to draw some contact. With some points where the clock stopped, but couldn't do it. It's back down to 11, 62-51. Mayfields. Out for Leaks. Down to Fernandez. Fernandez pulls in the corner. Buries it. Another one from three. Count it 12 3-pointers made for the Panthers of York, who have come all the way down from Nebraska and punched this Braves team in the mouth. Ibbett driving in, and it's stripped away. In transition, Fernandez found by Glover. A beautiful dish. This Panthers team playing great basketball. 67-51. We're under 9.5 to play. On the wing for Hibbets. Luggage. Driving left, around his screen, still on him, Leaks. Leaks hasn't poked away. Glover lobs it up. It's missed. The alley-oop was missed. Really would have taken a lot of momentum the other sideline if that one is brought down. As Fields driving in, charge taken. It'll be on Leaks. It will be the first foul by Fields, 16. Off and Fields check out. Kaiser and Woods will check in. $67-51. Leaks. Off for Fernandez. Pulls quickly, top of the key. This is left. Buggage gets the outlet pass. Working it across. 8:45 remaining. Buggage right at Leaks. Laid it off in the corner. Nobody there. Just continue to throw the ball away. 12 turnovers for the Braves. 7-0 run for York. Braves scoreless the last 1 minute 40 of in-game time. 67-51. 8.5 to play. Glover. Leaks to Fernandez along the baseline. Fernandez skips it. Mayfield now in the corner for three. No good. Rebound comes out to Kaiser, who's pushing it up in transition. Kaiser out for Woods. Going to pull up from three straight away. Misses shorts. Rebound comes out Glover. $67-51. Largest lead of the game was 18. Glover pulls up. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes back out to Glover. Woods trying to save it. DeAndre's got it. Out for Hibbett, who will lay it up in transition. The timeout taken by Coach Siebenthal. 67-53, 14-point game for the Braves. We'll be back in a second. Here from the Wilson Fieldhouse on KOFO, you're listening to Ottawa University Men's Basketball.
As members of the KCAC and NAIA, Ottawa University Sports has been a home of champions for decades. But a student athlete at Ottawa University doesn't just come upon the success on their own. It takes dedication and desire to create a champion, and that starts with coaches, managers, and trainers. It takes an entire staff of sports information experts to share the success with everyone else. And it takes you, the fan, to cheer loud and proud for your Ottawa University Braves. Catch a game, match, or event on campus soon. For all of the full Brave season schedules, visit OttawaBraves.com.
Back here in the Wilson Fieldhouse, Blake Griffin for KOFO Sports, the Braves Sports Network, 67-53. Braves, really at the end of the day, it's going to be a just poor shooting night. 39% from the field, 16% from three. A team that is one of the better three-point shooting teams in the country. You look at their three-pointers made per game, 39th in the country at 8.9. They have made just three on 3 of 18 shooting. On the other side, York, 12 of 28 from three. It's almost a flip and a reverse of the women's game. What we saw earlier, the Braves will bring some full court pressure here. Try to make some players uncomfortable. Fernandez been trapped, but it's out to Glover. For Bennett, who's checked back in for York. Fernandez along the baseline. In some trouble. Gets through a double team. Swinging around, leaks here on the near side with 5. Down to Bennett. Bennett blocked by Anyang. 4 on the shot clock. 7:09 to play here in the seconds. Anyang will pick up his second block of the game. Inbound comes in. Fernandez quickly pulls up for 3. Misses shorts. Buggage gets the rebound, but a foul will be called. Gonna go on Bennett. Trying to get around Anyang. He was boxing him out. Mayfield will check right back in for him. Buggers are walking across half court. Over to Hibbett. Hibbett driving towards the basket. Lays it up. Fouled. There we go. Trying to get Hibbett towards the baskets. He's 6 of 10 from the field. He's taking some good shots so far. Just have not been able to get him as cooking as well as they normally do. Normally used to seeing the Buggers and Hibbett combined for 30, even 40 plus. They're combined at 31 currently with Hibbett at the line shooting. So he will hit the first. He's doing a good job defensively. They've held York scoreless for the last 2 minutes, 15 seconds of in-game time. Their last bucket back with 9:05 remaining. We sit at 7 minutes flat. Hibbett, second one up and in. Down to 12. Clardy, double team in the corner. Skips it up to Henderson. Henderson Fernandez skips it out. Glover will back it out. 12-point game for the Braves. York on top. Henderson to his right. Driving in, hangs in the air, misses short. Leads you the board, gets it out to Buggage. They're going to push the issue here for the Braves. 6.5 to play. Buggage driving in, steps back, skips it into the corner for Hibbett. Shot from three. No good. Rebound comes out Clardy. I love to have had that one. Hibbett, one of the better three-point shooters in this team, shoots over 40%. Fernandez onto his left hands. Has the mismatch with Anyang on him. Clardy will back it out. Clardy directing traffic down to 10. Clardy to Glover. Glover driving the lane. Gets past Anyang and puts it in. Luggage. Cross half court. In and out move. Skips it to Kaiser. Kaiser along the baseline. Lays it up and in. Count the buckets. Kaiser one of the foul two, but won't get it. Back down to 12. Clardy will pick up the foul on Hibbett. With that block and foul, it's nothing you can really do as a defender except just be faster. But when you're guarding a guy who's as fast as Clardy is been, or even a DeAndre Buggage type, he's able to get around you, make you get into an awkward spot. You can't move your feet in time, and they pick up the blocking foul. It's 1-1 for Clardy, who hits the front end of the 1-1. By the way, that's the third foul on Jaden Hibbett. Dennis and Bennett on the other ends for York, both with 4 fouls. 5 minute 40. 71-57. Buggage pulls up from a deep three. Can't get it to fall. 3 of 20 now are the Braves from 3. Just a uncharacteristic three-point shooting nights. It's Mayfield's out for Clardy. Top of the key, Henderson. Get some subs rolling into the bench for the Braves. Glover going to pull up, misses right. Just barely got the backboard. Kaiser in transition will slow things down. Hesitation. Spins into the post. Kaiser handing it off for Fields, who's fouled on the backdoor cut. Will be on Glover. Be his first. Off and Fields back in for the Braves. For Anyang and Kaiser. Woods will hit the front end of the 1-1. You see Zambrano to check in for Woods after he hits this free throw. 71-58. 5:01. And he hits it. So Zambrano in for Woods. Raising the full court pressure. Stays just a 12-point game. Clardy gets it in, double team. They skip it around. Leaks across half courts. Into the corner. Leaks into some trouble. Timeout taken. There's a discussion here. Coach Stephenthal, he can't call a timeout. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, not sure what was happening. They're going to give York the ball. They won't grant the timeouts. Baseline out of the bounds. Gets it in. Henderson shots. Good. 73-59. Luggage. Cross half court Hibbett. Hibbett onto his left. Lays it up. And 1. count the baskets. 73-61. Still some time here for the Braves. 4:36. Second foul on Clardy. 9th for York. So this will still be 1-1 for Hibbets. And we'll hit. It's the 3-point play. Down to 11. Braves bring the full court pressure. Leaks. Bounce past Anderson. Anderson out in the corner. Out for Clardy. Top of the key. Will reset. Drain the clock down. H-Fields. Anderson now. The leading scorer at 13.5 a game. Into the corner. Leaks. Skips it. Glover. Back out Clardy with 5. Now Henderson. Henderson in the corner. Leaks for 3. Buries it. Another one connected from 3. York just shooting the lights out of this thing. As finally we get a response here for the Braves. A 3-pointer from A.J. Hoff. He's got 8. Leaks. Trying to get around Zambrano. With some trouble. Loose ball. Picked up by Glover and a foul. Got the foul just before the 10-second violation. Absolutely brutal. They had it down to a T. Exactly where they wanted it. Whoever at the line will shoot 2. Or pardon me, 1 and 1. We'll take the front end. 77-65. Whoever the senior out of Atlanta, Georgia, has had a night tonight. He's got 20. Chance for one more, and we'll hit. Dennis in for Glover. Dennis has been sitting the majority of the second half with 4 fouls. Him and Bennett with 4. Dennis back in, 3:41 remaining, 78-65, 13-point game. Fields for Hibbets. Hibbett driving on Mayfield. Puts it up, misses shorts. Rebound deflected off of York. We'll stay here. Base front of the bounds, 3:30, 20 on the shot clock. And they get a fresh reset. Buggage into Hibbets. Hibbets driving right at Mayfield, lays it up off the glass, falls it in. Clardy. The Braves did a good job the last time they brought the press break. Here comes Weeks. Weeks. Clardy. Clardy. No, knew he had to get it over. Did get it over. Dennis. Back out for Clardy. They will take the air out of the basketball. Run the clock down. Henderson. Henderson driving on Zambrano. Down at 10. Looking over the clock now at 5. Henderson pulls up from 3 and hits it. Henderson, second 3-pointer made tonight, with the 14th made by York. Buggage driving in, hangs in the air, can't get it to go. Pivot, puts it back in. And a timeout taken. Coach Siebendahl will be a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Actually, we're going to keep it right here as just to explain this whole thing. Hibbett's got 24, 81-69 with 2:42 remaining. Hibbett, we mentioned with 24, him and Buggage. Buggage has had a rather cold second half. It's been a 9-point advantage in the second half for York. They're winning this half 38-29. Braves have just not been able to get the stops defensively. York has made them pay, hitting just about 50% from 3 at 14 of 32. 48% from the field. The Braves 41% from the field, 19% from 3. We hit an average of 8.9, almost 9 per game. 2:42. Henderson to inbounds. You get it in here. Clardy in some trouble in the corner. They will get it out for Leaks. Leaks. Skips it up for Dennis. Out for Clardy. And the Braves will start the fouling. Take a big one on the Fields. Again with 2. Oh, no, he got Hibbets. That's his 4th. As Mayfield's hits the front ends. Mayfield's second trip to the line. He's now got 6 after he hits those 2. Hibbett. 2:28 remaining in the Braves, trailing by 14. Gotta get Buggage going. Buggage off of the screen, pulls up with 3 straight away, buries it. A big shot there for the Braves. Down to 11. They bring the full court pressure once again. Anderson up for Mayfield. Mayfield will be fouled. Those first one of the 3. He was A, not shooting, and B, was not at the 3-point line. Well, the 10th foul for the Braves, and the double bonus are the Panthers. 11-point Gabe Mayfield will shoot 3. $83-72. Second one misses. Big possession here for the Braves. Can get it under 10. Bucket pulls up quickly for 3. No good. Fields fights for the rebounds. Will be. Oh, they wanted the jump ball. Old Braves team wanted the jump ball. They didn't get it. He's going to send Henderson to the line for 2. Looking back on it, trying to find out. Not quite sure. Don't really have. It's not a good enough angle from our replay from our several cameras. Henderson first will be good. Chance to move this to 13. 2:01 remaining. The Braves going to shoot the best they have all night from 3 if they want to get back into this thing. Buggage off of the screen for Fields. Fields off for Hoff. Hoff pulls up for 3. Good. That timeout taken by Coach Seaves. 85-75. 60-second timeouts. 1:49 remaining. Back to the Wilson Fieldhouse in 60 seconds on KOFO.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
You've worked hard your whole life, but it can only take a minute for investment fraud to rob you of your nest egg. Americans lose billions to investment scams every year. Do you know the warning signs of fraud? SmartInvestKS.com is here to help educate Kansans on how to identify and avoid investment fraud. Don't wait until it's too late. Visit SmartInvestKS.com. SmartInvestKS.com. This ad is sponsored by the Kansas Insurance Department and aired in cooperation with the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
KOFO is looking for someone who would like to get into the exciting field of radio. It's a part-time gig, operating controls for sporting and remote events, but it could go just about anywhere. No experience is necessary, but you must have your own transportation. If you're interested, go to KOFO.com/apply and fill out the form. No phone calls, please. KOFO is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back to the Wilson Fieldhouse. If you're just tuning in, we just finished the Ottawa High School game, so we are on air. 1220 and 103.7 FM. If you are in the area, thank you so much for tuning in. You got a close one here from the Wilson Fieldhouse, 85-75. If you've been with us the entire time, you know that this Braves team has struggled shooting tonight. Anderson gets it across, lay it off Dennis. Calling for somebody else to give the foul. Dennis underneath will put it in. They wanted to give the foul. Hibbett's got 4, so he couldn't do it. Hibbett will pull up from 3 quickly. No good. Woods gets the rebound, gets it up in the air, puts it up, and 1. I got to look to find guys who have some fouls to give. Buggage with none on the courts, Woods with none on the courts, and Fields with 1. Hoff and Hibbett both with 4. Woods the line with the and 1 opportunity, sinks it, and we're under 10. 87-88. Henderson trapped in the corner. Jump ball. Braves get possession back. 122. Zambrano comes to the desk. He'll check in. Mayfield's in for Glover. Woods will go to the bench. Buggage to inbounds on the baseline. Get into Hibbets. Hibbets. The Buggage off the screen. Pulls up from 3. Got hit. No foul is crazy. Leaks will dunk it home on the other end. Out to Buggage. Buggage. Eurostep puts it up. No good. Missed off the backboard. Clardy. It's past 1. Hoff will pick up the foul. That'll be his 5th. The no foul is very interesting. $89-78. Hoff leaves the game with 11. 3 of 4 from 3 was really the only bright spot from 3 tonight for the Braves. Buggage, an uncharacteristic night. He's 1 of 10 from 3. Hibbett started hot, but he's 1 of 4 from 3. Ricky, 1 of 1. But everybody else, no threes, says the Braves just hit 6. Clardy's first one good, his second one also good. Timeout taken by York, full timeout, 91-78, 56 seconds left. We're going to take that second break. We'll be right back here from the Wilson on KOFO.
A message from Cover Kansas. Don't lose Medicaid coverage in 2023. CanCare members need to update and verify their contact information. If your address with CanCare is not up to date, you could lose Medicaid or CHIP coverage this year. Go to cancare.ks.gov and click the red chat icon to update or verify your info today. Sponsored by Community Care Network of Kansas and aired in cooperation with the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Back in the middle of the timeout on 1220 and 103.7 FM. 91-78. You score with about 56 seconds left. The Braves will put a lot of guys out there with no fouls. Zambrano no fouls, Buggage no fouls, Woods no fouls, and Fields 1 foul. Hibbett cannot foul here. He's got 4. He's also the leading scorer with 24. 9 of 16 from the field. Just not nearly as good from 3 as York was today, and just maybe the difference. Fields will inbound. We'll go to Buggage. Buggage. In the corner for Zambrano. Zambrano for 3. Misses. Fields gets the rebound. Gets it back up. Pardon me, Woods. Woods that was with the rebound. Kind of fight it out to the official and the coaches. We'll send Woods to the line for 2. 47.5 to play. This one from Field is in. Woods in the double figures. 4 Braves in double digits. Hibbett with 24. Buggage with 19. Woods with 10. 11 now. And Hoff with 11. Trap is almost successfully getting across to Mayfield. Mayfield will be fouled. We'll go to the line for 2. 91-80. How the Braves normally shoot from 3. You can't ever keep this team out of a game. Count it out, that is. We saw them come back from 12 with about 56 seconds last year against Bethel. As Mayfield's first one will miss. Been waiting for York to kind of come down to their season average. From the free throw line, they shoot, I believe, about 60% from the free throw line. 71%. We are shooting 78%, or as it factored in that last make. 92-80. 40 seconds left. I'll get you going towards the basket. Into Zambrano. Out for Fields. Fields draw some contact. Couldn't get the look to go. Mayfield the rebound. It's off of him. 32.1. Rebound along the sidelines. Zambrano will take it. And for Woods. Woods up fake going to the lane. No foul. Finally, a whistle called. So the Suns Woods to the line for 2. Clock stop, 28 seconds. Showing on the clock. It'll be go on Glover. It'll be his second. And he'll hit. One more time, let's go. Second one up coming for Woods. Chance to make this 10 points. And he does. So he's bring the pressure. Anderson went down to the corner. Clardy lost the handle. Still in some trouble. Still a loose ball. And a whistle finally called as he worked his way across half court, 21.2. Clardy will shoot 2. 4 of 4 from the free throw line is Clardy, pardon me. As he'll sink the front ends. Cloudmaker in for Fields. There's one more for Clardy. He has 15, now 16, 21.2. Luggage, look at it. Move it across half court, pull up for a long 3. Getting ready to go. Woods gets the offensive rebound. Still being fought for, but Glover will have it. They'll walk it across half court, and that will wrap things up. Braves can't right the ship just yet. So that'll be 3 losses in a row. Lost to Southwestern, lost to Tabor, and now lose to York on their home floor. Not going to get any easier after the next one. They play Apple on the road on Wednesday. They go on the road to Sterling. We're going to take a 30-second break. When we come back, we'll wrap this whole thing up. 94-82 the final here from KOFO.
Un mensaje de Cover Kansas. Las renovaciones de Medicaid han estado en pausa desde 2020 y se reanudarán en 2023. Si su dirección con Kanker no está actualizada, podría perder la cobertura de Medicaid o CHIP este año. Vaya a kanker.ks.gov y haga clic en el icono rojo del chat hoy. Patrocinado por Community Care Network of Kansas y transmitido en cooperación con la Asociación de Radiodifusores de Kansas y esta estación.
Back here in the Wilson Fieldhouse to wrap things up. The final thoughts in this game. Just not a good enough shooting night for the Braves. It was off from about the word go. They shot 20% from 3, hit 6 of 29. That's something that almost never happens here with the Braves. It is a off night shooting for them. And on the other side, gave up too many good looks. York shot 31 of 64 for 48%. They shot 43% from 3, hit 14 3-pointers, 8 in the first half, 6 in the second half. Went on run after run, and were just the better team tonight, that's for sure. They move up to just about even with the Braves, or actually, I believe a game ahead. They're 5-6. The Braves will be 5-7. Ottawa at 10-8, and you sit here with one more game to go before you play through the second half of the season. And you start it with a tough one. You get Sterling, and then you get Oklahoma Wesleyan. Both games that are have to win games for the Braves. Well, Oklahoma Wesleyan not really, but the Apple game, yes, and the Sterling game, yes. You have to have both these games this week. and then you try to play your butt off against Oklahoma Wesleyan, grab a win here in the Wilson and see where that takes you. But going to be definitely a tough schedule down the stretch. Their last, 4 or 5 games, Kansas Wesleyan, McPherson, Bethany Evangel, and then St. Mary, played the Braves pretty well in that game in Leavenworth. The Braves ended up winning by 12, and it was ended up being a runaway victory. But not an easy end to the year for the Braves whatsoever. That's going to wrap things up. Your leading scorer, Jaden Hibbett, with 24. DeAndre Bogich finished with 19. On the other side, it was Dwight Glover who led the way with 21 rebounds. Anyang with 10 rebounds. DeAndre Bogich with 6 assists and 3 steals. And Anyang with 2 blocks. 12 points win or loss for the Braves. They lose 94-82. This has been Blake Griffin for KOFO Sports and the Braves Sports Network saying so long, good night, stay warm, and go Braves.
We hope you enjoyed our coverage of Ottawa University Braves basketball on KOFO. Brought to you by CarStar, Quality Structures, Kansas State Bank, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, Nuco Concrete, and by Beanie's Body Shop and Repair, Impact Wealth Planners, Ottawa Veterinary Hospital, Sutton's Jewelry, also by Ottawa University, Advent Health Ottawa, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Primetime Grill, Great Life Golf and Fitness, and Arvest Bank. For more information about our next OU Braves basketball broadcast, visit the KOFO Sports page at KOFO.com. This has been an exclusive presentation from your sports source for East Central Kansas, KOFO.